Leo, you're going to kill somebody within the year.
Depends on how the year goes. But yeah, could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be one of those Mexican flower vendors that stand out in the street or close to it, peddling their roses that they got at Ralph's for a marked up price. You know why I say that?
Did you see me driving? Were you following me down the road for a while?
For the first time ever since doing this podcast, I pulled up toward the podcast studio and realized when I was a couple lights away that Leo was in front of me. And I went, let's observe this guy's habits. Leo, you made a U-turn at speed with your phone up. Mm-hmm. You were doing something on there. I think I have a hunch what it was.
You believe I was sexting in rush hour traffic in Los Angeles?
You know, this might sound crazy, but I had a dream about you last night. Would you be able to send me a photo of you bent over with your tongue out calling me daddy?
I must have told you that. What did I tell you that was my my go-to?
Sorry! That's your go-to?
I've been in about 2 accidents. 2 my fault, at fault. I would say at least one of them was definitely because I was sexting in traffic. But the speeds that I was going at were not kill speeds. They were more just fender bender speeds.
You were making a U-turn in LA traffic, and it doesn't really help your case that you're drinking straight whiskey right now and you don't have a ride home.
It's okay. I'm going to leave the car here. I got a softball game to go to after this. I'm just gonna take a little oopskies to the softball game, and I'm going to do
softball
perfectly fine.
I'm pretty sure, I remember you texting me when we went and filmed the BYU video that the finals for your softball season were that Sunday, and you would have liked to have not shot them.
You know who Billy the Kid is, Danny? You know, like a hired gun in the West?
Yeah.
They would hire him to solve their problems. That's kind of who I am in the softball world. You have a problem? Oh, you aren't winning? You got a bully? You're getting your ass beat by this... this I don't know, team of lawyers. You know, you're in a law firm league, getting your ass beat. You know what you do? Hired gun, Billy the Kid, Tombstone. I don't know what's a good gunslinger. Is anybody know? Jesse
Earp?
James. Yeah, Wyatt Earp's probably that's a good one.
The Sundance Kid. Who was his friend?
Yeah, Butch Cassidy.
There we go.
Kid, dude.
We got him.
Now, honestly, you know who the best was fucking the Mormon guy. That you what's his name?
Absolutely, Porter Rockwell.
Porter Rockwell.
Sharpest shot in the West. 44 kills. Was it 43?
Yeah.
Softball season goes all year round then, huh?
There's some sort of softball all year round, and it's a happiness. It's a thing. It's an escape. You know, it's not jujitsu. It's not, it's not making me closer to Joe Rogan in any way, but it's therapeutic. I have to battle another guy for supremacy.
Or another girl. I'm sure a lot of these leagues are co-ed.
There's only one that was co-ed. Those I don't like to play in too much because it's a liability. I could kill someone. That's how I could really kill someone is on the softball field. If I hit a line drive and a woman is playing third base, she more than likely will die. And I would probably be more depressed. Probably a better performer on this channel, though. So,
if you killed a girl on third base.
Yeah, dude. It's more angst. You know what I mean? Like... It's more truth, you know?
If you killed a girl on third base.
Yeah, if I killed a girl on third base.
You don't think it's a little sexist, Leo, that you're insinuating a woman wouldn't be able to get her glove up in time to catch the ball?
It is sexist, but I've also played in co-ed leagues, and anybody that's played in a co-ed league knows that this is the case. There is always a woman that wants to play that is a complete liability, that is 1 inch away from dying every game, you know?
What you're saying is women good at cooking, cleaning, housekeeping, not so good at catching fly balls.
No, and it upset me that in Wakanda Forever, the new Marvel movie, there's only chicks kicking ass. There's dykes kicking ass the entire time, and there's not one dude.
Why are they lesbian, too?
I don't know. That's my thing. It's
are they actually lesbian, or do they just have short haircuts and you inferred that?
They have very short, edgy haircuts, Danny, but I mean, come on. Like a faux hawk? Really? Like that? Come on. Have you ever met a straight woman with a faux hawk? Seriously. I mean, I haven't.
No, now that you mention it.
Never.
I don't think so.
No.
Certainly not one that I liked.
There we go. Right? There we go.
But that's been going on forever. I don't know if it's been going on forever, but we've been getting a steady diet of women kicking the shit out of men in Hollywood recently.
Yeah, I think it's got to change at some point. I mean, it looks like Wakanda Forever is going to do well in the box office, but still, at some point. But then what? Am I one of those jerk-offs? Am I Dino defending an anime thing? Like, it's not true to the fucking comic book. like Thor is a big dude and he's the one that should be kicking ass. Like, fuck it, maybe I'll let it happen, you know?
You know, if we have the comic book record we can refer back to, and if there are, as you put them, dykes, or as I'll put them, chicks with faux hawks kicking ass, then we can't say it's an issue because it was happening back in the fucking whenever Black Panther was conceived.
Right.
I think comic books, whether you're black, straight, gay, man, woman, fucking suck. And I think people who read comic books are dweebs. You know, I'm going to say this. You and Dino spending almost every hour of your waking day chasing after cloaks and elvish weapons in RuneScape is a better use of time than reading comic books.
Hey,
You know why
I read
say that?
manga, Japanese comic books.
I'll take that. I don't like the American stuff. The American stuff, people who go to Comic-Con, here's the difference between anime people and comic book people. Asian chicks are hotter than white chicks. I like big tits as much as the next guy. There are a lot of big tits at Comic-Con. I'll concede that. But on the white chicks that have those, you know, when you can see the red blood veins all around the chest, and they get a little bit of acne coming in, and it looks like they're going to look 86 when they turn 30. That loses to the anime chicks who are Asian and who, as Dino found out, you just walk up and start talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and they'll fuck you.
There is something powerful about an American amongst Asian women. What is it? You know?
Well, in Japan specifically, like if you're actually overseas, I think they're 98% Japanese. So if they've ever wanted to fuck a white dude, then you're like the only white dude they got. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think Dino, I think the faster that you get to Japan, the faster that your life is going to start. You know? You got nothing here in the States. I think you go overseas and start anew.
We're going to see. We're going to give him one last shot today.
Oh, yeah. By the way, our guest is here, so you should go get him. He's a tall white man.
There we are.
Dino, go get him. And he wrote us. He said, I'm parked in front of the sign that says Asia Foods. I'm standing outside my car. I'm taking my pants off and sucking my own dick. So there's no confusion. And I'm wearing brown hokas.
Dino is retrieving our guest, Ben Avery, most known for the Tim Dillon Show, now has his own podcast, Lemon Party, I believe.
That's right.
Which is a reference to you-know-what.
Yeah, the worst picture ever on the internet that scarred me when I was in middle school.
Can we pull it up right now?
Yeah, I want to see if it's as bad as I thought.
Pull it up on a second window so we can go over that article that I pulled up too, Austin.
Yeah, the picture has to be on the screen when Ben comes
absolutely.
in.
So open a new tab. There we go. Your skills are going to be put to the test today, too, Austin. I want you to know. We're going to do a Tim Dillon, Ben Avery-esque challenge with you two boys.
Oh, boy.
I think it's lemonparty.org. Just, go to the picture.
No, come on.
There's like censorship shit, but here's one.
There it is. Yeah, that's
What do you mean there's censorship shit?
Well, he does it to Dino.
I
and
need
for,
to like
Dino
unrestrict the Wi-Fi. I need to call Spectrum or something and tell them that I want to be able to look at fucked up shit.
You think Dino called them and he's like, hey, is this Spectrum? I want a firewall put up because God's going to disown me if I Google what I want to Google. What's up, Ben? Yeah, sit
Ben,
down.
You're in, dude. We're already in the thick of it.
This mic
Ben,
right here.
the man,
Very nice to see you, Ben.
Good to meet you, brother, in person.
Austin, this mic right here over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the good mic.
Yeah,
no,
to
that
the
one.
right.
You
Yeah,
keep
that one.
gravitating toward the shitty mic.
Well, this is the good one.
That's the good one.
yeah.
Good. You would know that. You would know that, Ben.
I know.
Okay, so we've got this up for you.
What does
right
this
here.
mean to you?
We've got this up.
Oh, that rocks.
It's the name of your new podcast, yes?
That's right. Yeah, thanks for already plugging it.
No problem.
Now, it's a reference.
I'm not sure if we're plugging that or lemonparty.org. We're going to drive some traffic there, too.
Ben, I saw this in middle school, and it was one of the first images that really I knew that I would never forget, you know?
I think I hear myself.
There we are.
There we go. Check 1, 1, 2, test.
If you want
The
to run a
pressure's
couple
already
tests,
on. The pressure's already on Austin.
Ben, if you want to run a couple tests with our producers and make sure that they're doing
I'm
their
good.
job,
I'm
you know
good.
what I mean?
Dino was very nice outside. Let me up the way. Am I allowed to describe the area?
Oh,
Or will
yeah,
people
please.
come
Yeah.
and kill you?
No,
please describe it.
Describe it.
We're very proud of our
we
neighborhood.
have before, yeah.
When I got out of my car, there was like an insane fucking guy pushing a shopping cart into like a van, and I thought you guys were like shooting a video for a second.
Sounds productive.
I didn't know if it was like one of the mini vlogs or something.
You think he owned the van?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't naked or anything?
No.
We had a friend of ours come on the podcast recently. The kid makes a lot of money and is very irresponsible with it. He rented a McLaren for the weekend for 5 Gs. He left it unlocked during the podcast, and he was up here dicking around afterwards, smoking weed. He goes down, and I'm going to say probably the same homeless guy right out there with the shopping cart.
You know the guy.
I don't know him.
He's just yelling and just.
I'm pretty sure we've seen him before.
Well,
yeah.
He hates that van.
Well, fuck that van.
Or maybe he
honestly.
hates the shopping cart.
That guy was in our buddy's McLaren, though. He was inside the car, and then Fandrew had to talk him out of the vehicle without stirring up any violence.
Well, look, if you don't get attacked by one of these guys, or you don't see a cock or an asshole, then you consider yourself lucky nowadays, especially in this area. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, it's the way to prove that we're salt of the earth people.
That's right.
We could have gone to Beverly Hills. We could have gone to Westwood with this podcast.
Sure.
But hey, we wanted to lurk in this dingy shopping center off, I'm not going to say the boulevard.
It stemmed from a kind of not really giving a shit about Dino and Austin type thing. When me and Danny, we were like, oh, we can put these scummy people on the pod, and maybe we'll have a bum take a shit on the couch. Things like out of control things, and we still hope one day will happen.
We did want that. Our whole plan was.
Yeah,
I remember when Leo and I were texting about the idea, because this used to be in my back room in my house.
Can I say how this is the first time I've ever met you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course,
This is so amazing. We're recording the moment I'm meeting you guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. I can look back on it fondly.
And
Hell
Ben,
yeah.
I
'Cause
remember.
I'm still filling you guys out. I don't know what I can say and I can't say.
You can say anything, my man.
Well, I don't want you guys to lose monetization.
well, he can take it.
I don't want certain banks to not bank with you anymore.
You're right.
What kind
Well,
of shoes
I
are
can't-
you wearing right now? We don't want you to lose your shoe deal either. If you take an
Hoka.
anti-Semitic bent.
Well, off camera, you could go for those, though.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry about that.
Leo's got the whiskey out, dude. There's no.
If you want
exceptions
some,
right
feel
now.
free.
I'm a sober gentleman.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, I should know that.
Ben, yeah, I remember the first time that I was a fan of you and Tim for a long time. I loved the show, as do so many other people. But you messaged me in 2021 saying you were a fan of the channel, and that meant a ton to me.
So you know how I figured out about you was the great, I don't know if you know him, the great John Shahidi
yeah,
of Nelk.
yeah.
He told me about you and how funny you were, and I went and checked out your channel.
Oh, thank you, John Shahidi.
Dude, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
dope.
And John Shahidi is, everybody in the industry really respects John Shahidi. That guy's got some fucking juice.
He's got some connects. Yeah.
No, I mean he has. He was on the phone with me the other day. And he's like, "Hold on, Elon's calling me."
Oh my God.
He's like,
He said
he's like
that?
big.
He
time.
might have made that up.
He does
I
that.
know
That's how he
knows
ends
Elon.
every call.
It was
That's
very
how he-
nonchalant.
That's every call he ends it like
He's
that.
a busy man.
You know what, Ben? I
regardless.
really want to talk. I really want to talk about doing something with Full Send in your new podcast. But Bill Gates is actually sending me a DM right now. I gotta deal with old Bill up in Washington State.
Sure. But thank you guys for promoting Lemon Party. I do appreciate that. The moment I walked in,
You gotta be
I feel like
careful
I'm
when
on a
you're
big
searching
talk
it.
show. I tried to get dressed very nice.
You look great.
You want to
Thank
do
you.
5 minutes of stand up? Want to do this old Carson style?
Well, you know what's funny is people used to get dressed up really nice back in the day to go on someone's show. But now everybody has a show, so nobody makes it special. I wanted to get all spiffed up for you guys. I did my hair. I took like a 10-minute shower because I had really bad sinus problems.
How long are your showers normally?
About 2 minutes.
Wow, this guy is doing his job for California and the drought.
Well,
he's doing his part. Right?
It's a cold shower. I take cold showers every
Military
morning,
shower.
and I think that's why I feel almost sick from taking ice cold showers all the time.
So it's not. Wim Hof says the opposite. He says that a cold shower a day keeps the doctor away, but you're not agreeing with this.
Well, then it immediately became cold, and then I took a cold shower, and I get out, I'm fucking freezing, and I'm like, I think I'm sick now.
yeah,
So
the weather is changing. It's getting very cold out.
I got to go back to hot now.
You got to go back to at least lukewarm because it's been an issue. It's that time of year, man.
Yeah,
my
it's-
heater is out of my apartment right now, and it's infuriating that I got to walk out. And you know how welcoming it is to have it's better than a summertime warmed 72-degree room. It's better to walk into a 50-degree office in the morning and then crank the thermostat full blast and hear the old gas Los Angeles wall unit go.
It's nice. You turn up, you get like 4 of them on. You know what a goon cave is?
This place?
Goon cave.
A goon cave is when a guy. It's one of my favorite subreddits. By the way, it's amazing that we have the lemon party photo up the entire time. To just really set the.
It's the censored version,
So it's just-
unfortunately.
It is censored.
It was
yeah.
3 dudes, right? 3 old dudes.
That's
One-
the lore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume they all know each other.
You would hope.
I hope they look like best of pals.
You think whoever took the
One of them's
picture,
Japanese.
the guy taking the, you think it was a 4th guy taking a picture? I think it was a 4th guy taking.
Oh, definitely. It doesn't look like there's a tripod
Oh yeah,
involved here.
that guy never got credit for the photo.
No,
Right.
Because
no, no.
everybody throughout history that took the guy who took the picture of Lee Harvey Oswald getting shot by Jack Ruby, this photo has been seen as many times
Yes.
as any iconic photo.
You know what? The guy who took the picture of the burning monk can suck my dick.
That's right.
The Pulitzer should have gone to this guy.
This guy right here. But
Real quick, I want to
at
say
last he's
also,
unknown.
the black man with the giant penis that everybody uses to prank people.
That
every
guy,
year.
like that guy.
That's that guy. Whoever took the picture of that guy also deserves credit.
I think that was a selfie.
You think he took a selfie?
I
It
think there
looks
was
like
a
a
self-timer.
phone on the ground, like against the wall.
Ben has
phone on the
studied it
ground.
extensely, and he agrees with me.
Yeah,
And
like
this
the
guy knows
Zapruder phone.
cameras. This guy knows cameras.
He does.
You diagrammed it, huh?
Yeah, but this guy had a great eye. The lighting and everything, it's really beautiful. It's really it sucks you in. You want to know more about these guys and their story and where they came from.
Can we show this, Austin? I'm not sure if we can show this. We're talking a lot about it. I mean, I guess
Describe
you
it in
gotta.
detail, Danny.
Hey, Dino, why don't you describe it for us?
Yeah, Dino. Dino happens to be a little bit homophobic.
A little bit.
Yeah.
He's very religious. He's very, very Christian. And Dino, how would you describe Lemon Party in one word? There we go.
He said it's gay. That's
There
great.
we go.
I was raised very religious too. But regardless, I'm trying to turn back the tides on my old ways. This is very progressive, I think, that I named my new podcast this.
I think you're safe. I think you can say whatever you want on that dang thing.
By the way, I think we're going to start doing live shows at a gay porn theater in Los Angeles somewhere.
Okay, that sounds like the area is going to be as good as this area. Old seedy gay porn theaters.
Oh, yeah, where
are-
you can actually jack off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Now-
it's one of them where you can like death grip and everything.
If you want
have fun with
to,
it.
if you want to collab, and maybe we could do an episode as well, because that'd be funny if we had guys jerking off during our set. You know,
We have so many people who would gladly jerk off in the crowd to exercise, as it were, that rule.
and for live shows, if you need any ideas, we had a guy smoke his foreskin on one of our live shows once. Yeah,
And
he
not
brought
even
it.
in the gay theater.
He
Wait, he
shipped
did
it.
what with his foreskin?
Oh, his
you say
mother
smoked it?
Oh,
Yep.
he smoked it in a meth pipe.
Yeah,
my
he
man.
did.
Yeah,
Can we show Ben that clip really
That's
quick?
awesome.
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
So he put it in a meth pipe. He did he have little like surgical scissors to like snip it off?
No, he was
Well-
already circumcised, and his dad had saved his foreskin. Very strange.
Sure.
Very strange. But I think his
his
father
mother had his father shipped it to him, but his mother had saved it.
His father overnighted it to him for this bit. It's all the way at the very end, Austin. Okay, never mind. This is a clip. Sweet.
Theo and Danny
Perfect.
show. If
Perfect.
there's a job this guy's capable of, it's smoking his own foreskin. Should we say that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get over here,
We got to
cigar
start
guy.
this show off with a bang, dude.
This is the
This
start
came
of
to
it.
fruition.
Oh my
and
god.
The podcast me and Danny were on, and Danny wants him to smoke his foreskin, and people say yes to Danny a lot.
Okay.
This is a strong yes, though.
Okay.
Is this the end of the show?
So we're gonna set
No.
this up right now.
Apparently not.
We
You
live in
gotta
Johnny
follow
Mitchell's
this.
podcast.
Oh, we had to follow it. Yeah,
Cigar guy, he's a mysterious character.
Very
He's
we
from
ended up shaving.
Portland.
We
He
shaved a
fucks
guy's balls
people
too
with
on this
cancerous
pod.
tumors, right?
A lot of
women.
hookers too,
He looks like a white supremacist mixed with a fisherman.
and Shia LaBeouf a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Look at that. Is that working?
Yeah, it's working.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Can we hear
Just fast forward to when he actually smokes it.
Yeah.
Oh,
a couple fans smoke it with him, by the way. Yeah.
Sure.
Holy
Think of it
shit,
as a
Danny.
peace pipe.
We have
There's,
that
it
thing.
looks like
Let
a
me
crack
see.
rock.
It looks to me like it might just be. Okay, it looks like either a fungal clipped toenail or a piece of crack.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not trying to get one over on us, are you, cigar guy?
I'm not.
This
We'll
is
see.
genuine.
Oh, it's penis
Oh, we're
shaped.
sure as hell gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try
Anyways, because she's gone.
Did you guys smoke it too?
Leo and Danny
What do you think,
show.
who do you think we are?
Come on.
I'm insulted by that question. Here we go. When the chants go and you know we're at the right
We got a
spot.
meth pipe. Wait, time out. Where did you get the meth pipe? Where
Oh, we got to keep fast forwarding, damn it.
That is so
We really
fucked
made a
up.
ceremony
Oh,
of this.
there it is.
Oh my god!
Cigar guy smoking his own foreskin.
God!
Should we make Dino say how his time on the channel ended?
Let's go, buddy.
No, we've returned that territory so much on here.
Hey, Brooks should do it.
Okay,
too.
we're
Brooks should
good.
do it too.
We just wanted Ben to know that is the thing that
What
happened.
did you? He was just in the crowd.
No, he's a friend of ours. He was a friend of ours.
I got it.
He disappeared. He completely disappeared from our life. Hey, Ben, the holidays are coming up, aren't they?
Yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Just those two,
It's
actually.
a crazy
That's
time.
it. We don't acknowledge any of the other ones.
The most wonderful time of the year is also the most hectic time of the year, though, isn't it?
Leo, it gets so hectic. There's no promise that my heart isn't just going to explode on Christmas
I
Eve.
know, because everyone puts shopping off to the last minute.
Ben,
That's annoying.
Your wife, she's trying to get you to get her pregnant.
Sure.
I'm sure she wants some sort of gift. And, that gift can't just be like, hey, come blow me.
Sure.
That's what you got her last Christmas, right?
She wants the gift of life.
Oh, okay.
But you're pro-choice.
That's right. That's right.
Well, how will we give her the
That's
gift?
right.
But how would but support us by supporting ShipStation? Well, because that's where we were heading to. ShipStation makes things easier around the holidays.
Leo, I can't tell you how many products I'm selling. I mean, I am moving
And
products on my website.
Sure.
Ben.
Hell yeah.
Talk to me about
You're
things
buried.
afterwards.
Buried in orders and emails, right?
I look like one of those guys in a Far Side cartoon who's been buried up to his neck in the desert. And that's just orders for my products, Ben.
What are your products?
Well, I've got one product, which is a marketing tool. And then I've got
Nice.
another product, which is a bobble.
I love it. And the great thing about that is ShipStation, Danny. It turns holiday ship storms into smooth sailing. Isn't that
Listen,
great?
Ben, I don't care how many orders come my way this holiday season. And it's going to be serious. We got some big videos coming up. We got our Fear and Loathing sequel coming up. We're going to an NFL game soon. I can't even keep track. When I'm start moving merch, because I do have some merch coming out this holiday season, it's ShipStation that's going to get that stuff from my place of business.
Right.
I don't want to get too specific. Into
Out.
people's stockings.
Right. And look, ShipStation works well with all your favorite places to sell online, including Amazon,
Yes.
Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. And you can manage every order from one simple dashboard, that's my favorite thing about it. It's very easy to use. The setup process from the free trial, they give you a 60-day free trial. It's very easy to use. You automate your routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, and easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every shipment and save money. That's the key for me, saving money and time.
Are
Love
you going to
that.
use ShipStation to try to deliver your wife a baby this holiday season?
Sure. Yeah. Are they the stork? Also?
Yeah. The stork, funny known, a little fact.
Station.
The stork, yeah, he uses ShipStation. Maybe we should rename it that.
Yeah, we should. I'll use it, but what's the promo code?
The promo code, the holiday season.
Savvy of you.
This holiday
this
season,
before.
all right, give yourself the gift of stress-free holiday shipping. Use promo code LDS today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code LDS. Thank you, guys.
But yeah, Ben, I guess we'll go back. So John said something about the channel, and then that put us on your radar a
and
little
then
bit.
the first video I saw was the stand-up one.
Yeah.
Where you said you were going to do stand-up.
That's this one.
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
I don't think I made it to the end, but it seemed that you had complete irreverence for the art of stand-up comedy, which I thought was very funny.
I appreciate that. I don't think I do, though. Well, I don't think I have complete irreverence for stand-up comedy. I'm not good at stand-up comedy,
I think you're very funny.
but not good at stand-up comedy. Or did you like the stand-up?
No, I liked it a lot. I thought it was
thank you.
great.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
See,
Ben. I
dude?
appreciate that.
But I thought you were doing like a fuck you to all the people in the crowd.
By doing terrible stand-up comedy.
No,
That's why it was genius. It sucked so bad,
I like
and people got so screwed out of their $15.
You're fucking hilarious. I've seen tons of your funny shit, but Norm Macdonald used to go up, and if he was bored, he would just bomb intentionally because he thought that was so much funnier than doing well.
Yeah, this is not helping my self-esteem when it comes to stand-up comedy. But
I
it's
thought
all
you were
right.
doing an Andy Kaufman thing.
Oh, great. Yeah, great, right. You thought I was doing a Norm
thought it was
Macdonald.
avant-garde.
Norm Macdonald at the roast of Bob Saget. I love Norm Macdonald too, and that is true. He would bomb all the time, and everybody would either leave during his set or he would wait at the door and shake the crowd's hand on the way out.
I knew someone that saw him in Irvine, and the first show, he was doing 2 shows, and he absolutely killed the first show, and he had his the guy who I was talking to, he had his parents come to the second show. And he said, he's like, Norm is firing on all cylinders. He did a brilliant, like, hour and a half, like nothing I've ever seen before. You guys are going to love him. And then they sit down, he comes up and he starts his set. He goes, gay guys. You ever notice how gay guys? It's like, I guess they like they go up to another gay guy and they go, hey, you want to suck my cock? And then the guy goes, yeah. And then they like start sucking each other off, I guess. And then I like for like literally an hour, he described gay sex.
Wow.
For a full hour. That's all he talked about, according to the guy I talked to about it. And he just walked the crowd entirely. Like people were just getting up and leaving, and his parents were really confused. But it's funny because an hour prior he demolished.
Yes,
but clearly he was bored. He was like, "I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have the same experience twice tonight. So I'm going to go up. It's going to make me laugh to walk the whole crowd."
He was so self-destructive about his own career, too. There's a famous story about Norm where he did a gig in Atlantic City and he got paid $60,000, all in a duffel bag, all cash. And because he was in Atlantic City, which is the gambling capital of the East Coast, and because he had such a bad gambling problem, there are stories of him backstage waiting to go on talk shows, and he's got $50,000 on a college basketball game, and he's fucking sweating, and he can't even focus on his appearance. Well, because of that, this night in Atlantic City, he took the duffel bag to the end of a pier and just threw it into the water. Because he knew that if he kept it, he would gamble it and he would lose $100,000 chasing the loss.
Sure.
Have you ever been really irresponsible with money, Ben?
Yeah, I've had to. I have a bookie. I've had to stop gambling.
Wow.
So I don't gamble anymore. But I've made stupid ass bets.
I remember you talking about on the pod one time about you betting on baseball.
Yeah,
which is really difficult.
And in California, here's the thing about that too. I'm pretty sure some of these games are rigged, is what I figured out.
It's hard to rig baseball, but
is it?
It's
Leo,
the hardest.
That's his sport. He played baseball through college.
Oh, okay.
You could throw.
This is interesting.
You could throw. I played Division I baseball.
Okay.
Just to say.
Do it as Manny. Tell him as Manny.
You could throw the ball down the middle. Anybody, you could pitch to some guy and you could get him out, man. Anybody is a round bat with a round ball, man. You know, anything could happen, man.
And when the ball is round, the bat is wood. It's hard for the referee to figure the game.
It's hard for you. Never know what's going to happen, man. But no, for really though, that's kind of the thing. It would be hard to rig it. Now it's not like basketball where you could just you could foul. You can have the ref just call fouls over and over again and rig the game like that. It would be difficult. But what is your theory?
Well, doesn't Vegas always have to win? This is what I'm thinking, because the guys at the top that are control of stuff, they always win. They don't lose, right?
Yeah, but is it a math thing? Maybe though
I'm not good at math.
Yeah, I think it's just a.
They know a lot of shit. Those guys. There was.
You talking about the guys that set the lines in Vegas?
So it goes down to this. The Jesse Hiss video I did, I had a bit where I had a pickup artist character who was obsessed with when chicks were fucking bleeding, because if you know when chicks are bleeding, you can tell when they're going to be ovulating and when they're going to be the most horny, because it's going to be 2 weeks later. Well, I got that concept from Artie Lang talking about, start looking out for, I know you're married, but start maybe.
Now you have a wedding ring
Tell
on.
your friends. Yeah. Well, you're obsessed with lemonparty.com. We got to clarify for the audience. It's to a woman. But Artie Lang said that he had a bookie buddy who called Artie Lang up in the middle of the night once. He's like, hey, I need you to put $20,000 on the Arizona State basketball team, women's basketball. And Artie Lang goes like, why, man? Why do I need to make this bet? And he goes like, they're playing UNLV, and UNLV's bleeding.
There we go.
The bookie knew that the UNLV women's basketball team was fucking was leaking blood. We're on their period.
Those are big ladies.
Big fucking ladies.
If they're bleeding, they can't really maneuver.
They get woozy. Maybe one of them could slip.
Sure.
Absolutely. That's the level of detail that these professional bookies know. I listen to Colin Cowherd, is like a local sports radio guy. On his podcast now, he's got a section where he talks about betting lines. And it's 30 minutes long, and he brings in these dudes. They are gnarly. They're Harvard MBA types who have just dedicated their lives to sports betting. They're like 45 years old. They all live in Brentwood. And they are throwing out like logarithmic equations and algebra. They're talking about and just all kinds of shit that I can't even recall right now because it's so boring I can't retain it.
They all look like Jonah Hill and Moneyball.
Basically. Yeah, there's a good
They
way
probably
to
have
look at it.
horrible lives at home.
Probably.
Things probably aren't well at home.
I would agree with that. Yeah, the guys who are really into sports betting, there's long weekends in Vegas. Like, honey, I got to go out. I'm helping the Caesars handicap. They're doing something at the Caesars.
They're also a nerd though too. And nerds, especially guys that are into gambling, that can figure out how to. They can see the matrix like falling rain of the sports world, So then they get tons of money, and then they're in Vegas, and then the only way they can have sex with ladies is by paying them.
There's no shame in that.
So they probably then ruin their. They have a Melinda Gates type lady at home. No offense to her if she watches the show.
Melinda Gates is probably a big fan of this.
I think so.
Danny show.
I think
so.
I think absolutely.
I've DM'd her when she divorced Bill. I DM'd her. I tried to see if maybe she wanted to have coffee or something.
You DM'd Mackenzie Bezos too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah. Leo,
Wait, who is that? Is that the lady that just divorced
Bezos?
Bezos?
Yes.
Wait, who just divorced? Someone just divorced Bezos. Didn't she get remarried?
she did
And
to
then-
a teacher, and then I think she re-divorced.
Really? That guy's dude. What a legend. That guy should be on the pod.
the best.
Wow.
He had to bang her for 6-7 months, maybe a year, and then he's entitled to half of her fortune. Which it's like if you fold a napkin a couple times, it goes to the moon eventually, dude.
Right.
Like fucking even a little fraction of Jeff Bezos' fortune that's still a potent chunk of
not bad,
change. Yeah, what I didn't like about that whole thing is I saw all these articles with her and all these magazines about how she's this big philanthropist, Mackenzie Scott or Mackenzie Bezos formerly. And I just went, it really impresses me a lot less that you're giving away this money when you did zip to earn it.
She did nothing except for what? Like blow him probably at least 4 days a week when he was stressed. He was stressed.
She was there from the beginning. I'll say that. Okay, she wasn't like the new bimbo who waltzed in. Have you seen her?
No, I haven't.
Can we pull her up for
She's
Ben?
a Latina. She's not young, but I love that she does have fake titties though. She has fake titties and fake lips.
She's got a lot of work done. If this chick got all the
yeah.
money and then became a philanthropist, that would really upset me.
Interesting.
That would really upset me. But because Mackenzie Bezos was there from the very start, the Ring of Power sucked, by the way, too.
It looks like a guy.
You think so? You think she looks a little transsexual?
That's like a guy.
It's not a flattering.
You think it's a drag? You think it's that kind of like you think she looks like a drag queen? Is that what you're saying?
No, I love drag queens. It just looks like an actual guy.
Let's pull up another
if
photo.
Out of the corner of my eye, I'd be like, what man is Jeff Bezos standing next to?
Ben
I would
Avery.
turn and I go, oh, it's a lady.
This is a little bit better of a photo. It looks
Oh,
like.
okay.
That's a better photo.
All right.
Jeff Bezos, what a fucking pimp, though, dude. That guy, just the richer he's gotten. I mean, he first came into the public eye about 25 years ago, and he was fat, and he had tufts of hair on his semi-bald head. He drove a disgusting, decrepit Honda Civic.
I think he still has it, that
and
fucking car.
Now he's just head shaved on so much HGH.
Yeah.
Shredded. Pictures of him on yachts hanging out with Tom Brady. He's got a clothing line. He's going to space with Michael fucking Strahan. Fucking some bimbo who works on an entertainment show.
Why do they just try to get when you're that rich, you're a billionaire?
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Oh, yeah. He's a billionaire.
He has $1 billion.
More than that.
Why do you just have one?
Chick?
Yeah, why one lady?
What are you saying, Ben? When you make it really, really big, you're going to ditch your wife for multiple chicks?
Well, how would I become a billionaire?
Ben,
Saying poo poo pee pee into a microphone?
Ben, don't
See if
BS.
it works.
I
Donate
know-
to Ben if you liked that.
If I become a millionaire from doing a podcast called Lemon Party.
Hell yeah, that's what's gonna happen, dude. But tell me, you've gotten some DMs from some hot college chicks. You ever feel a little tempted? You know what I mean?
It's actually just guys.
Really?
Yeah, because ladies DM me and they go, it sucks that you're married. Like every once in a while, and I click on their profile and it's always locked, and then the profile picture is just like a Snapchat filter with huge eyes, and you go, well, that can't be good either way.
Leo and I talk about that. There's a very typical girl who hits me and Leo up or who follows the channel. It's a 32-year-old Latina with 2 kids, maybe 3, who, again, 33, but looks like she's in her late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah.
And the profile picture is just so filtered out.
She's like a cartoon. You know? She's living in a cartoon world. It's cool. We like it though.
It's not bad, but I mean, you'd prefer it with the filter, I guess, is my point. No offense to any of these ladies, which there are far and few between. I do want to point out my DMs of people that are trying to hook up with me mostly are trying to alert me to some sort of confidential, like classified documents that they've stumbled across on the internet about some sort of conspiracy.
I'm glad we don't have that.
And then the other type,
I'm glad we don't have that kind of audience.
And then the one I prefer the most is because it doesn't make my wife angry, and it's the most pleasant. Is a guy slides into my DM and says he wants to split me in half.
Oh my god.
Which is fine because
the ones your wife prefers.
I just don't open it. Well, she knows I'm not going to engage.
No unsolicited dick pics.
I'm not so sure.
Unsolicited dick pics.
You know what? I got an email from a lady once who was I can't say what she did, but anyway, I can't say what she did. But regardless, she emailed me, and in the video, I opened and this was like maybe 6 months ago. I opened the video, and she's wearing a robe with like Snow White on it, smoking weed.
Oh, okay.
You've seen the where it's like Looney Tunes, but they're smoking weed or whatever. She had a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but they're all getting high together on the robe.
It's funny.
And then she keeps crossing her legs like this, and the camera is down there on the floor.
And this is a real video a woman took.
It's a real video that she sent me.
Okay.
And she has a bottle of Jergens next to her, and she keeps pumping it into her hand, and she's speaking absolute gibberish, and she keeps rubbing it on her legs like this for 8 minutes.
Can you see her pussy when she uncrosses perfectly?
No, you can't see anything.
And Ben tried hard to see it. Ben,
That's the worst video
were you
ever.
aroused by that at least?
I was fascinated. I watched all 8 minutes.
Wow.
Just to see, if anything would happen.
Because there's got to be something flattering, and I'll say it. There's something flattering, and I mean, I
about
guess,
you being mentally ill and then fixating on me.
No.
What were you going to say?
About the woman being mentally ill fixating on you?
That's what I mean. Why the
Yeah.
royal you? I didn't mean Danny.
The royal you.
I'm not
Yeah, I
saying
see what you're
Danny's
saying.
mentally ill.
No, he is, though.
I think that clearly, Ben, that woman wanted to have sexual relations with you, and that was her way of expressing it.
You think so?
I'm positive.
You're a young man. How old are you?
I'm 30.
And you're married.
You're only 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
I'm not saying you look, but
we're older than you, buddy.
I guess it's because we're both older than you.
Yeah.
You're married and you seem so put together. So
Yeah.
I attribute whenever somebody gets married, especially now in our circle, it's so foreign. I mean, Brooks just got married to Italia, but that's clearly a green card.
It's just
stunt.
a sham, dude. That wedding. I'm just kidding. That's fucking.
But
sorry.
Ben is here and he's just so put together. But he is gonna be. I'm turning 33 very soon. One last thought on these messages and these filters.
Yeah.
I think if a chick, a Latina 33-year-old, or a woman in a pot smoking dwarf gown is showing her pussy to Ben Avery, whatever filter she's got on. Fuck the metaverse. Zuckerberg needs to work on getting that filter to work during the face-to-face interaction. You know what I'm saying? We need a
Genius.
belt, some sort of holographic belt that can keep that filter that makes the Latina woman. I don't know why I keep picking on the Latinas. At 10, they like those filters. It keeps her skin looking younger and smoother, and her makeup's perfect, and maybe it bumps her titties up a cup size.
We're from California, so we know some Latinas that we went to high school, or we just know Latinas. But
Lee,
yeah,
wouldn't that be great? Especially
be
for
great.
you.
It would be great.
Because Leo is the kind of guy who he treats women like edamame shells. He just
God.
discarded.
Really?
And if he,
Wow.
An unattractive older Latina for some might be, I'm never going to meet her in person. But for me, that is an easy blowjob. You see what I'm saying, Ben?
Sure. So you're the type of guy, because you're a big, you're like, who's the guy that plays Aquaman? You're like
Jason
that guy.
Momoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
he
like
loves
that guy.
He just got his dick hard
I
saying
hear
that.
that. I hear that a lot.
So you'll clearly never get married.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. My dad told me to wait till I'm 45 and then marry a 25-year-old, and it looks like that's the way my life is going.
What
right
does your
now.
grandfather tell? His grandfather told him, he's like, Leandro, on his deathbed.
on his
I'm pretty sure.
deathbed?
Is real what you're about to do?
This is about a week before he died. He told me this, and he was on his deathbed. He had cancer, and he was in the hospital.
Leandro, you have a girlfriend?
And I was like, "Yeah, I do."
It is a good thing for a man to have two girlfriends.
Yeah,
I have always had two girlfriends, even when I had my wife.
yeah. Yeah, he did.
This is his wisdom.
Yeah, he passed
Like
down.
he's knocking at the door of all things.
Yes.
And he's like-
he was living in Puerto Rico with a woman 30 years younger than him, and he was dying, right? And he told me that. And it was weird because at his funeral, I talked to two men over 100. You know, people live long on islands, and Puerto Rico is one of those things. So there was two guys over 100, and both just wanted to tell me a story about a girl they banged when they were younger. It was strange. Like, oh, wow, you're 104. Good to meet you. A story about a girl that they banged when I was. So that entire trip for me was like, God damn it. I think, how should I just continue trying to get pussy for the rest of my life? Is settling down overrated? I don't know. Having kids for me it still feels mostly I do it for my mother, really, so that she's not bored.
Yeah, it's like going to college.
Yes.
But it's like 20 years.
There we go. Yeah, so it is 20 because honestly, I mean, what kids just bounce it at 18, really? You know what I mean? And
It's more than 20, probably, especially now, too.
shoot, it's 25.
I was still. I mean, I wasn't dependent on my parents, but I would still occasionally get hand-me-outs up until 29.
That's fine.
Occasionally, like, hey, Mom, I am coming up to visit you guys for Christmas, but you want to pay for my plane ticket? Oh, I'm $230 short
nothing
on
wrong
rent
with
this
that.
month.
Your pops his dad's a judge. He's one of those guys.
I love dad professions. My dad was a basketball coach for a long time, and now he moved into this year. He retired. He drives a dump truck.
Oh, that's dope.
But no, he just got fired from it
What?
because he put diesel in it, and it was supposed to be gas.
That's fun.
And
Honest
And
mistake.
then he got fired like within 4 months. So I don't know what he's going to do now.
Wait,
But anyway,
wait,
he's
how did he-
underqualified to be a garbage truck driver.
What I'm curious about is
God love him.
if that happened on the 27 days and 3 months into his job, hadn't he been putting not diesel into the machine the whole time leading up to that?
yeah, what happened?
I see text in the family group text, and I just
Wow.
I just put it down. I walk away. I
They
don't
can
ask
get very
questions.
verbose.
Sometimes I thumb something up, but that's about it.
It's, dude, family group texts, you look at it, and there will be just waterfalls of text.
Each thing more horrifying than the last.
And then everybody's got that aunt who's on painkillers or who drinks too much. And she's always the one who you can't even see the entire message when you open up your iPhone. You have to scroll to see it all. You can't do it, dude. Those family group texts are fucking rough to deal with. Or maybe he put diesel in the entire time and it was working. Sort of like that joke I made about having to fly to the Canary Islands using Dr. Pepper as jet fuel. Maybe he was using diesel and it was just working out. And diesel's cheaper than regular gas, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was trying to save the company money. That's the angle it should have come from.
Probably was.
My
I don't
dad's a
even think he was supposed to
contractor, so I
gas
get
it
it.
up, though.
Oh.
From what I gather, he had never gassed it up before, which is very, very bizarre. But either way, he put about 100 gallons of diesel into a tank that didn't need
I
to
know
be
a
there.
dump truck is like they're like $100,000, right, or more. Like they're
Probably more than that.
a dump like a garbage truck. I know for a fact is like $300,000. So whatever your dad was driving.
But think of the tank alone. He was
Yeah.
probably pumping gas for like 25 minutes.
How do they? I'm imagining them trying to get it out. Like, you ever
Yeah,
see
where do you put it once it's out?
I think you just tilt it on its side. You know when you see an old guy on the beach trying to get water out of his ear? You just try to tilt it up and
come
shake
on,
it.
was that a one thing? Like, was that really? I mean, should he have really been fired for that? That's kind of bullshit. Maybe we
Yeah.
should make a video about it, Danny. I'll bring him back in there.
I think we
get
can find
his
him a job
back.
down here. Mr. Giovanni, we can take him out with big bunches only this weekend.
Hell
We're
yeah!
gonna shoot with him.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hell, that'd be dope.
Ben, so what else are you working on the side? Because I know you
So I'm
directed
actually
Tim's comedy special.
I did,
and it looked great.
Oh,
it was a
thank
great
you.
special. I
Thank you.
congratulated about that.
Thank you.
Both of you guys did a great job on that.
Thank you. I'm a kind of, you said I'm a put together guy, meaning that I appear very boring. Really, is probably what you mean. I write all day.
Okay.
That's what I do. I write all day. I'm just finished a novel that I'm going back through and editing, and I'm gonna self-publish it.
Okay.
It's funny. Danny has numerous novels.
Yeah,
Right?
well, they're not novels; they're nonfiction. But
I didn't know you were a writer.
I came from a self-publishing background. That was my first
What?
thing before
You
YouTube.
guys, I could see you guys hanging out. I'm just saying.
Wait, are you for real?
Couple
Yeah,
of white
Pull up,
privilege.
Go
little
on
bastards.
Amazon right now. Search Danny Mullen.
You guys could discuss your white privilege and your father's careers.
So you
and-
just write nonfiction?
I did. So check this out. Here's my Amazon groupings. This is
go to the happy endings one because that's my favorite.
no. The best one is when you're.
Oh, are they memoirs?
Yes, they're memoirs.
Oh, interesting.
You like
They're
that third-
memoirs and essays.
What do you think of the title of that third one there?
When your girlfriend bangs a black dude. This one's the best one. The title or the cover art is sweet too.
Oh, wow.
Go back up to the cover.
Isn't it
There
the
we go.
best to just write all day?
Look at that. Look at that, Ben. I agree wholeheartedly, but I mean, who doesn't want to read that fucking book right there, dude? This was a
shadow
nonfiction.
dick.
I'm gonna go home and buy that.
This is a nonfiction story. It's an essay / story about in 2015. My girlfriend told me she banged a black guy with a gigantic cock, and it completely destroyed my confidence. And this,
That's what my fucking book's about.
well, bad news. This sold about 28 copies, Ben, so I'd quit while you're ahead. But no, I absolutely love it. To answer your question, when there's nobody in my apartment and I just cue up some music, I get a fresh cup of coffee, open the windows, pace around the room, writing, and my room's cleaned up, and I've got an immaculate workspace. It is heaven. It is the best part of my job. And yeah, when I used to write these, that was all I did. And read.
Ben, what's your routine? How do you write, Ben?
I wake up, I meditate, I do TM.
Me too. I meditate. I don't know if I'm doing TM.
Look at us. We're
Transcendental.
both Los Angeles assholes.
Yes, we
How
are.
about
Yeah,
that?
we are.
I love to wake up, do a little TM, and then I drink tea, and then I start writing. Hold on. I take a cold shower and walk the dogs at some point between that.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have two. I have an Australian Shepherd, a mini thing with a huge ass,
Nice.
and a 3-legged dog named Emma, who's like a lab pit mix.
You know, I
thing.
know all these dogs weren't serving in Iraq. Why are there so many 3-legged fucking dogs roaming around LA?
Well, I hit mine with my car. I'm not joking.
You're a piece of
That's
shit,
how the
dude.
leg.
That's how I met the dog.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would have never taken this dog in.
Sounds like a romantic comedy for bestiality fans.
So you hit the dog and it got its
Funny
severed
enough,
its leg?
It was the day I had lost my pet beagle, who I loved more than anything. He got hit by a car and died.
And then you hit another dog to celebrate.
That's right. Yeah, to just like get one back on the universe.
Fuck you, God, you evil bastard.
So sad. Beagles are experimented on because they're so docile and sweet.
Yeah, I know.
It's really
Dr.
fucked
Fauci,
up.
like,
Oh, that was
saw
so
that?
fucked.
Sliced and diced
I forgot about it. I've been starting to forgive Fauci in my head a little bit, but I've seen the clip of him giving approval to people just to throw them in incinerators, lock them in cages with flesh-eating bugs. So fucked up.
It's fucked.
So fucked up.
yeah, it's so fucked up.
So
but- I ran over a dog. I don't know if that's as bad, but it was on accident.
Your intentions were pure.
Didn't die?
No, she's still alive
Right,
to this
'cause she-
day.
yeah, wow.
She lost a leg, but I hit her. My mom called me and said that the pet dog was dead. Tippy was the dog's name.
Tippy!
Which is a good name for a
Tippy.
beagle because they have a white tip
Uh-huh.
at the end of the tail. And it was a very fat dog that was, it had autonomy, which beagles typically do.
That's a weird sentence. My beagle had autonomy.
They're very defiant. They're in love with their own ways. You know, they don't really listen to anybody. So, of course, this dog it was a lemon beagle. 10 years.
Everything comes
Lemon
back
party.
to
Lemon
lemons.
party, baby.
Did you fuck your beagle with an old Japanese man?
It died getting fucked. My
Oh,
mom calls me,
God.
hey, the pet dog died getting fucked to death.
Oh,
If it was an old Japanese man, then he ate it.
But it got hit by a car, so
cream fill. Continue. I'm sorry, but
it ran over and died. And I was very sad when my mom called me. I woke up from a nap. I called and saw her call. And then so I just started driving. And I'm in the middle of Texas. I go way off. I'm just driving aimlessly.
was this when you moved to Texas?
No,
to do the show?
So no. So I was born and raised in Texas.
Austin area?
No, 4 hours north of Austin in Abilene, Texas.
So that's north of Dallas too.
West of Dallas.
Okay, that's
So it's all. I've moved all over West Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Lubbock, home of Buddy Holly, and I moved all over because my dad was a
Did
basketball
the
coach.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre happen really close to Lubbock?
Probably.
That's
Prob-
I had a
I've met the
buddy
people there,
in college
probably.
from Lubbock. Yeah,
Mhm.
After this dog
Told me
slang.
that.
Texas Tech,
yeah.
Bobby Knight. You know it.
Okay, so you got the bad news. You went out driving in a depressed haze.
Yeah, and listening to sad white guy music. The National, Kid A by Radiohead.
Of course.
Trying to
Fucking-
think what else. Oh, Bon Iver.
Everything in its right place.
Dude, I've
Except for the
listened-
beagle, apparently.
I love that you know Kid A because that's probably the album I've listened to the most in my entire life.
I used to write to that album a lot. I really love that ending song, Motion Picture Soundtrack. That's beautiful. I remember when I lived in San Francisco, I wrote all these 3 books, and I remember just looking out the window on a sunny San Francisco day, looking at the hillside to that song, and I was like, this is pretty good.
It's pretty good,
life.
yeah.
Yeah, Kid A's good.
You guys are so cute.
OK Computer's fucking sweet too. Yeah, Kid A is challenging. You gotta. I feel sort of douchey when I listen to Kid A. It's one of the first records I ever bought, and I hated it when I was in 4th grade. But I bought it, so I had to pretend like I liked it whenever I played it in the car with my parents.
You don't even understand yourself yet.
No,
so much less you don't understand the album.
Of course, not that album. For people who aren't aware, I mean, when I bought that album, the other albums I owned were Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park and All Killer No Filler by Sum 41.
Nice.
All right, a little bit more immediate, a little bit more hooky. And then Kid A, the guys at Radiohead fully thought it was going to destroy their career when they put it out because it's so goddamn experimental.
Sure.
And commercially, I'm not sure it did too well.
It was
but
their Yeezus.
Is that a Kanye West reference?
Yeah, that's a Kanye West reference.
I don't know anything
Sorry,
about Kanye's
you guys
music.
are into your 50s.
No, I didn't know Kanye's.
You're like, who?
I don't know his music. I don't listen to hip hop.
He doesn't know the album you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
But radio.
I'll keep it to a white band references
Please
for the rest
continue.
of the show.
More beagle killing music, or it wasn't a beagle that you cut its leg off. I keep getting confused. But yeah, dude, Kid A. It ended up being considered. I think it's considered the greatest record probably of this century or this millennium.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Is that what everybody says?
Basically, yeah. It's considered like the greatest album of. People say the 2010s, but I mean probably the last. I mean this whole entire millennium.
Have you ever met a guy at a party where he's like, actually, Pablo Honey's the best album? Just like, I've learned, I've done this only a couple of times before. It's this weird hack in life where someone is talking to you and it sucks so much ass, you could actually just turn around and walk away as they're talking.
You do.
Have
that
you
when
ever
somebody
done
says-
that to somebody? I've done it like twice in my life, and you hear as you turn around, it's the best feeling in the world because they realize they keep talking, but then it starts to trail off very slowly, and then you realize that, and then at some point they just stop talking because they realize you just left.
And you do that if somebody says that anyone can play guitar.
No, I'm a
is
huge-
better than.
Do you do that to someone
Idiotic.
that you're never going to see again, though, right?
Oh, obviously, yeah. I want to do that to my wife. That would be
And
insane.
that would be that'd be great, honestly. Have you never done that to your wife?
It's a better alternative than hitting her if she really says
That's
something.
true.
How
It's
are
just
things?
leave.
How are things at home?
Well, we're still
Things aren't
I still
good.
want to hear about
Really?
his,
You're Byron Allen.
we've
Last time I saw you, you were getting a fight with your wife.
so Ben, you're writing these days, and then what are these novels you're writing? What's the subject matter on these?
So this one is about, and the reason that I'm writing this is, do you know Sam Talent? Very funny stand-up comedian, Sam Talent. Sam, I told him, because I go way back with Sam, and he wrote a book called Running the Light about a failed stand-up comedian in his like 50s who's doing the road. It's very sad. It's an amazing book.
Adam Carolla's got a movie based on that. It's called Road Hard, I think. It's
Oh,
about an
nice.
old stand-up comedian who he got divorced and he's broke and he's got to go back on the road.
Nice. I'm a huge Adam Carolla fan.
Me too. I love
Yeah.
him. He's one of my heroes.
I like all of his opinions about women. Never seen it. I've never watched his show though.
Wait, so you just write his Wikipedia?
That's right.
Okay, no, he's great.
And I go, I like that part of his Wikipedia.
So his Wikipedia article, it's got all of his controversies, which really aren't that numerous over considering how long he's been in show business. He's been around since the mid 90s, but he went on an insane anti-Hawaii rant once about how Hawaiians are dumb. It was my fat rant. I got canceled a while ago, Ben, for talking a lot of shit about fat chicks, and it went viral all over TikTok.
Oh, are you canceled now?
Oh yeah,
He's been canceled.
It was a heavy cancellation. But Adam Carolla had the same thing happen with Hawaiians. He's like, oh, they're dumb people. I mean, when your biggest contribution to society is a palm tree and some coconuts, really, I'm just in favor of disowning that thing as a country. Just give it back to the Polynesians or whatever. He went on that rant for like 20 minutes, got canceled. And then he said that women aren't as funny as men. And I've also heard him say that women aren't as good just in general as men. I think to be fair, he said those things like 10 years ago. And also, in terms of prominent stand-up comedians, I mean, he's obviously right. It's men tend to dominate the stand-up comedy industry.
I mean, you've probably, I do local shows here in LA. I do a lot of hosting. I'm like 2.5, 3 years in. And I see some decent chicks go up, but you've seen a lot of stand-up over the last year. What do you think about the bigger, more popular women in the stand-up scene right now?
I don't. So I don't do stand up.
I know you don't do it,
but
you know, you're on the road. And
yeah,
stuff.
I see. So in terms of other stuff I'm doing, you know, Kyle Dunnigan.
He does impressions.
Yes.
He's really good impressions. He goes on. I'm pretty sure he goes on Adam Carolla all the time.
He probably does, but sometimes I go over like maybe twice a week. I go over Kyle's house. He's insanely. He's like Dana Carvey level with his impressions.
He does
so
Pete
funny.
Davidson. He's real funny with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's great.
He'll have a conversation with Adam Carolla as Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson's
for 30
dating
minutes.
Emily Ratajkowski right now.
Can you pull her up for me, Austin?
I
It
did
might
see
be the
that, yeah.
hottest woman in the world.
Continue, Ben. What were you saying?
Oh, why were we talking about that? Oh, yeah. So there's a very funny woman who comes over who's a stand-up. Her name's Monterey Martinez. She's very funny, but she helps us write. She helps. It's me, Kurt Metzger, Kyle Dunnigan, and Kurt Metzger's an amazing.
Yeah, I love Kurt
writer.
Metzger. One of my favorite jokes that he did. It's about paying rent in Tampa. And he was talking about how his buddy lives in Tampa, Florida, was complaining about the fucking rents after moving out of New York City.
That guy's a
And the
pussy.
joke was, the Kurt Metzger joke was like, really? You can't scrape together some possum teeth and some gator testicles to pay your shirtless landlord?
Probably fucking cheap.
This girl-
That's, yeah.
So who's this lady?
That's the girl that now Pete Davidson, that piece of shit, is dating.
Let's go to my original news article right now.
He went from Ariana Grande to Kim Kardashian to now Emily Ratajkowski, who I think is one of the hottest
open.
women in the
So
world.
he's just like a
It's-
pickup
the
artist,
window's
but
open.
at the highest level.
Yes.
I guess he's got a big cock.
He started
too.
as a stand-up comedian and he slowly became a pickup artist. He was really promising as a comedian back at the start.
When he was, now he doesn't, I guess he doesn't put any time into it. I doubt he's doing 5 sets a week. I doubt he's doing any sets.
Listen,
honestly, a week.
listen, everybody. This is a warning. We have pulled up an article about Giselle Bundchen vacationing in Costa Rica with a jiu-jitsu teacher.
That's I don't read the news. That's Tom Brady's lover.
Yes.
Yeah, or ex now. Yeah.
Not lover that's putting it lightly. They were married for
12
15,
yeah.
12 years?
12 years, I think.
So get this. I used to teach jiu-jitsu at this little school in Rancho Cordova, California. I was the kids instructor. The adult instructor was a brown belt who looked like the guy that Ben spotted pushing a shopping cart into a van downstairs.
Who I thought was you. But it was from across the way.
Filming a
Piece of
bit.
shit.
No, he's over by the Smartin final.
thought it was
I'm
a
gonna
bit.
Break
dude.
your glasses. So this fucking guy,
It's dark.
This guy who smells. This guy, I'm pretty sure the dude lived in a van to come back to Vans, beard down to his nipples. He would watch me teach the kids, and one of the kids, young Latino boy, Latinx Leo. Well, Leo likes the proper terms. He's very
Latinx.
politically correct. But this little boy had a mom who was a bombshell Latina. Big fucking tits, drove up in a brand new Mercedes that her sugar daddy husband bought for her. And she would always sit next to Brad, the homeless looking adult jiu-jitsu instructor, watching our classes. Well, it got around the gym, maybe 3 months later, that Mexican Latina woman, Latinx, excuse me, had divorced her rich husband because he had discovered she was fucking the bummy jiu-jitsu instructor.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit.
There's something about jiu-jitsu instructors. There are so many.
Danny, it's obvious. This guy is the only guy that can get under Tom Brady's skin because he knows he can kill him one-on-one. Tom Brady can't do shit against
Tom
this guy.
Brady could snap his fingers and an army of African-American men who run 4.40s would assemble in front of Tom Brady to burn down this guy's jiu-jitsu school and beat the fuck out of every student.
Now
That's
that's
true,
true, but the guy, I bet you he probably has an accent too.
He probably
Where's
has a
this
big
guy?
cock.
He's got a big cock.
He's got a big cock.
He might
and
have
that's
a
where
bigger
he's
cock
got
than Tom.
Brady.
You know that we had a guy that played on the team that saw Tom Brady's cock and he didn't want to say how big it was. So I think it's probably an average cock, Danny. It's
I think
fair
so.
to say.
And this guy's got a big cock.
Yeah.
But scroll down. Look how shady this is. A year and a half ago, they were training jiu-jitsu together. Look at that picture on the right, Leo.
That's so fucked, Danny.
I see
Oh,
guys.
I would be pissed.
There are girls in my jiu-jitsu gym. I see it all the time, and I just go, this is great that you're here, but if you have a boyfriend or a husband, I hope they're just resigned to the fact that eventually you're going to blow a guy in his car after practice.
Yeah.
Without him taking a
you
shower.
Think this guy popped a boner? You think he popped a boner when he was rolling with Giselle?
I think so, man. She's only one of the most well-paid supermodels, if not the most well-paid supermodel of all time.
This is bullshit.
I think people just ladies like instructors of things.
They do.
Like that, isn't that a thing in the beginning of that Ben Stiller movie when Jennifer Aniston? What is
Scuba
it?
guy.
The guy
scuba
looks.
guy.
It kind of looks like me, to be honest. When I put my hair. Down.
Yes,
Kind of does.
The
Yeah.
French scuba guy who ends up banging the shit out of Ben Stiller's new wife. Absolutely, there's something about being in a position of power, and obviously, objectively, this guy is. He's less than Tom Brady's toe lint after a football practice.
Sure.
On the hierarchy of status and power, that's where he is. But when she walks in there and takes a lesson, and when she sees him teaching a class, he is the alpha in that room, and therefore her brain is tricked into thinking he's as good as Tom Brady.
I think it goes further. I think you've talked about this before, but you know that guy is eating her pussy passionately, maybe even her asshole. Doing things that Tom hasn't done in 10 years, Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Tom's seen that vagina. She probably had a couple. I mean, she had his children. You know, he might have been in the room during the the birth.
Tom Brady, he won't even fuck me during football season no more. Oh, babe, he won't fuck you during the football season? I will eat your asshole after the practice. We make a... I teach you, I teach you the De La Hiva half guard
I could
sweep.
choke out Tom Brady.
I teach you, we play a little half a guard, and then we go to the showers, baby. And I lick you, you shit on my face.
First time they hooked up was 100% after practice, dude.
Oh, dude, so
you think she
sweaty.
shit on his face?
I think she shit on his. They're Brazilian. They like to do some weird shit.
Dude, I would eat Giselle. Dude, I have a fantasy about getting, not cucked, but, a little dominated by a very powerful woman. And,
Like a really. So are you one of those guys that want to be really tiny?
No, I don't want to be really.
You know what I'm
tiny.
talking about,
I do
right?
know what you're talking about.
Like a guy that's like that big. Where's the camera? Where's the camera?
Cameras, there are a bunch of
Right
them.
there. It's that big. A guy that's that big.
What are you talking about?
Have you seen the fantasies guys have where they're like, they see a little guy like this big and they're sitting next to a woman with huge breasts?
Yeah.
And then just a guy commenting under it going, man, I wish that were me.
Yeah, he wants,
I wish I were
he wants
that
to go
small.
directly into her vagina. You know what I mean?
That's
like
weird.
a fucking
I watched a
dildo.
documentary about Robert Crumb, the cartoonist who drew very big ladies. He wanted to have sex with Bigfoot. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
my God.
He's one of the most famous
I
cartoonists
hope he's
ever.
dead.
But if you could you pull up the cartoonist Robert Crumb, just to make sure I'm not insane. But anyway,
Keep your girlfriend out of jiu-jitsu. That's the moral of that story, people.
you guys will probably recognize his
He's not dead.
drawings of some kind. Could you bring up his? Can you scroll down here? Or yeah, there we go. Just bring up any drawing. You recognize the designs, right?
They do look familiar.
Yeah, he's like one of the most famous cartoonists ever. But can you type in Robert Crumb Sasquatch? His fantasy was because as I watched in the documentary,
How's his Google speed? Is it up to snuff, Ben?
it's pretty damn good. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not fast. Yeah, not bad.
We were gonna have you and Austin go at a Google off, producer Google off.
And we thought about having Dino sit next to you and go on a Tim Dillon-esque rant for 5 minutes.
That's very funny.
And see what Ben did in response.
But so growing up, there was this show on television where it was. Do you remember this show? It was like I think it's from the 70s or the 60s. There was a Tarzan lady who was really big. She was like the queen of the jungle.
Uh-huh.
He was sexually coming into being watching that show on TV. So Eddie, he was so horny. But when you're really horny for something that doesn't exist and there's no internet, there's no rule. What is it? Rule 34 or whatever.
You draw.
You have to. He's so horny. He became an artist.
Wow.
So he just started drawing these really big women he wanted to climb on top of and have sex.
It's funny
with.
because we were talking about how Dino actually draws hentai porn for Austin to jerk off to, and they're brothers. It's really odd.
That's so funny. Is that real?
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, they've done that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty
Dino,
dope. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Dino, that's a little bit gay. You have to admit.
It's like, how do you know what gets Austin off so well?
Oh, that rules.
You dirty little
He's
bastard.
jizzing on one of your creations, and you put your heart and soul into your creations. He's sort of jizzing on you.
Yeah.
People are gonna believe that.
It's true. No, Leo's
true.
drank enough whiskey that just came to him. It's
the truth. The truth.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny you say that. I remember watching some just crap TV movie on channel 58 or something when I was 4. And it was about an enormous lady who terrorized a town. And I remember getting a fat boner to it next to my dad on the couch. And I'm sure he could see that.
I saw that movie too.
Let's be
dude.
honest, it wasn't a fat boner.
I
It
saw
was
that movie
probably-
too. The guy climbs onto her tits, right? At some point.
I think that's where I
Dude.
had a dry orgasm.
Attack of the 50-foot woman. I think
That
that's what
might
it's
have
called.
been it. Can we
Oh,
pull up?
wow.
Austin, pull it. Don't get up right now. Pull that up.
Attack of the 50-foot woman. I'm
And
pretty
I
sure that's
too
it.
started drawing porn when I was younger. I wasn't masturbating to it, but I would just draw people on top of each other. I probably jerked off to it.
Oh,
this
I
is
like
it.
about-
This is it. Look how hot she is, dude.
She's so hot. Huge tits, dude.
So the funny thing is,
Pull up the real picture of her. The black and white.
What were you saying, Ben?
you guys knew what you wanted. Guys like you, guys like Robert Crumb, you weren't going to settle for anything less than what you wanted. So you took a pin out and you put it on the paper and you draw what you saw in your head.
Yes.
And that is really a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
And you probably applied that to your own life, really. So if you never wanted to be a little guy climbing on top of a lady's breast,
never
you
wanted to
probably
be a
would have
little
never been
guy.
an artist.
I see. I never wanted to be a little guy.
But you wanted a woman to be very big.
I don't think so. I was turned on by that, but it wasn't something that has reoccurred. I don't want a giant woman anymore. I do think there's something that I like about. I'm not into dominatrix style shit, but I sort of get the urge that a guy could have to let a woman take control.
Well, Danny, I mean, you're only 30. What? You're in your lower 30s. I mean, don't you think that sometime in your life you're going to experiment with being domed?
What is being domed?
Well, I like maybe
The
your
leather and the whips
girlfriend-
and the doggy collar?
your girlfriend puts you in handcuffs. You know, maybe put something up your ass, butt plug, right?
I'm listening.
Spanks you, right, with a paddle, right? Starts calling you names.
I don't like the spank thing.
Why not? Well,
I've been
she's jerking
domed.
you off.
I've been domed in a video.
I saw that. They
If I was
pissed on
getting
you.
jerked off, it'd be a lot better.
You got
if I
pissed
got
on.
jerked off at the end, I didn't get
Exactly.
pissed
That's
on
what I
me.
mean.
I didn't get
She
to jerk
could
off,
be
though.
jerking you off while she's spanking you.
Or pissing on me.
Or pissing on you,
Now that
whatever.
sounds like something I'd be into, Leandro. Ben, so you're writing during the day. And then you're meeting up
By
with
the
guys
way,
like Duncan
I
and
could
Metzger.
talk about little guys getting squished all day.
It's
I love
getting
it.
creepy.
I know we
and
need to
sexual.
move on.
Is it something that turns you on?
I would love to be the idea of being a little guy in a woman's pocket,
That's a
sitting
yes.
up top of her bosom.
We've
That's
all-
a yes. You love this.
I've wanted to be. I dream of Genie. I watched that growing up, and the whole concept was this guy had a genie in his pocket that she was hot with huge.
Oh,
titties.
she was super hot. She was way hotter
So
than this chick.
hot, and he could just pull her out whenever he wanted to.
Let's pull up I Dream of Genie.
Yeah, I dream of Genie. I've wanted to be the genie in a
if
hot
this is
girl's
your
pocket.
fetish and you're a fan of this show,
Dude.
boy, are you happy Ben Avery came on the program?
Look at-
Yes,
Genie
dude.
was fucking
She
hot.
was so hot, big titties.
But Ben, so what else are you doing? Because you directed a comedy special, so your ambitions can't be solely in writing novels.
No, but it's been crazy fun. And then Lemon Party, I've been really excited that people have been donating to the Patreon immediately and binging all the episodes we've been
Nice.
putting on there. Patreon.com/Lemon Party. It is hard to find the Lemon Party podcast on YouTube, though, which I didn't
Why is
really
that?
think about. I guess it's one of those words that it doesn't save in your search. And so I think, but if you type in Ben Avery podcast, it comes up.
How many episodes do you have out now? On YouTube.
On YouTube. So when does this come out?
This will be out tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm putting one out tomorrow morning, so that'll be our third regular.
You probably
episode.
just don't have a big enough footprint on there yet. And
You,
Lemon Party is probably such.
You're Jewish, right? I know this is a random question.
No,
but-
I'm not.
Oh,
Everybody-
damn it! I thought
You're
you were
Catholic,
Jewish.
aren't you?
Everybody asked me that. No, I was raised very conservative Christian. I wasn't
Somebody
raised
spread the
Catholic.
rumor. Somebody spread the rumor online that you're Jewish, dude. I'll be honest.
There's a lot of rumors about me.
I
I've
thought you
read
were
that you're
Catholic.
Jewish.
But yeah, Ben.
A lot of rumors about my wife.
I
It's
wouldn't-
crazy.
I wouldn't-
Everybody thinks we're pregnant right now. We're not.
Don't say
Well,
we're
on the
pregnant, even when
record-
she is pregnant.
Everybody thinks she's pregnant.
But she's not.
That's right. Yeah. She wants to be.
Really? So
Yeah.
why don't you fucking do it? Don't you got you got a little cash?
I'm
right?
talking to my doctor.
Okay.
What's going
Sperm
on?
counts. Sperm
Well,
counts
we're
are
seeing
low.
if I could do it.
Okay.
Okay,
You want to
well,
just try?
I'm going to my doctor to get permission, and he goes, I'm just your like fitness instructor, right?
As long as you stretch out adequately, you're all good, my boy.
Is there a sperm count issue?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've never tried, but surely I hope not. God, I
one.
hope
Not.
not. I was just
you
making
never
a
had.
joke.
You never had one get past the goalie.
No, never have.
Do you have sex with her without a condom and finish inside of your wife?
I don't finish inside my wife. No,
Oh.
because then she would get pregnant.
Well, the pre-cum can totally do it, my friend, and it's obviously they have a concentration of sperm.
According to Men's Health, pulling out, if you do it correctly, meaning if you actually pull out, a lot of guys can wait just a fraction of a second too long.
Black guys, because the penis is too big, so they can't. It's not enough time.
Yeah, it's hard
to get it out.
It's like yanking a really long worm out of a hole. It takes a while.
It'll take a while.
But if you do it correctly and the entire actual climax does not go inside, it's actually very effective in preventing pregnancy. So don't think that you're sterile just because pulling out hasn't resulted in a pregnancy.
Oh, I don't think I'm sterile. No. To be completely honest, we've never had sex before. we're waiting until one of us dies first.
Listen, motherfucker.
Necrophilia.
After the pod tonight, dude, just go home and lay one in her. Unprotected, no pull out.
I'm sure she'd be very happy about that. I always mix up the holes, though.
Oh, Danny, yeah, he goes for the
Once
top
the lights
one.
go down, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Anything could be happening.
And they're so close together. They're so similarly shaped. Where do you live?
There's dogs in the room. I'm over here, maybe 15 minutes from here, like north.
Dope.
I'm over by like Century City, Beverly Hills. Like
Damn,
there.
dude. Super good area.
Yeah.
I love Century City.
Like Pico Robertson. I don't know what they are.
Sort of by UCLA, not too far from that neighborhood.
There's a lot of hot chicks walking around
You
that area.
got an apartment or a
there?
house?
Oh yeah.
We rent a home there.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that home going for? Like,
That's exactly what it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's probably a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom?
It's 2.
I know it.
Yeah, the rental market was crazy when we had to move back.
damn, dude. What's your wife doing?
Well, I don't want to say what she does, but because people will look it up.
Sure,
but
sure.
She has a job.
She works at Girls,
Really?
Girls on Sunset, Danny. It's a good gig. She makes good money.
That's
but
right.
I've seen her there. But
That whiskey is getting to Leo over here.
sorry.
I like
I did say your wife's a stripper. That is not.
No, that's fine.
In
I
my
don't
Italian
care.
household, if my father was sitting here right now, he would be shunned. He would shun me for saying something like that
Yeah,
to a man.
that's a damn nice area over there. Okay, you got the house, you got all the dogs running around, you've got your wife that you're trying to get pregnant, but you're afraid to not pull out on.
Yeah, I'm trying to corner her in a room to get her pregnant.
She's very evasive.
It's
our
like
third-
it's like a wrestling a pig or something.
I like it. Our third Mike, he's sick today.
King Croc is sick. We haven't said
But
anything about him not being.
He has numerous kind of techniques you might like to listen to if you want to wrangle your wife in. Absolutely.
Oh, to get his wife pregnant?
Yeah, he's not married, but he really went down a pickup artist rabbit hole. And one of the strategies he's fond of is blocking all exits when you're hitting on women.
Oh, wow.
So if you're trying to get a girl's number at, say, a Chili's and she's on the way out the door, you got to physically block the door. And so she can't leave.
Yeah,
when
that
she's
makes
talking.
sense. Yeah.
Well, that's his thing. So
But then once the police get involved, the whole thing is foiled.
I would agree.
go.
It's highly illegal.
You know, maybe him being sick was a lie. Maybe he's in custody. Maybe he's in LA County.
Could be. He's been there before.
He's already spent some time in there.
Speaking of by the way, I want to go back to the instructor thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, Giselle.
So I just went to a Dr. Jordan B. Peterson show.
We're big fans of Jordan B. Peterson.
Big fans
It's
of
so
Jordan B.
when
Big
people,
fans.
When
Who's not?
when people see when they say the B, I get confused. We're talking about the same Jordan Peterson, right?
We're both talking about Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
Okay, he is officially more famous than the other Jordan
The
Peterson.
only thing I don't like about Jordan Peterson is that he does say that you have to settle down and be with one woman.
He does say that. Honestly,
Because everything else he
it's
teaches,
good
it's like-
advice.
of
That's
course
good
it
advice,
is.
though. For
But everything
sure.
else he teaches is going to lead you to getting a lot of pussy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, but you must give it all up and pick one. Why?
Of course, that's what you took from.
No, he's fucking right though. Leo's so
course.
right. It's not nothing when a man can attract a lot of women. It means fundamentally there's something masculine and desirable about him. But the problem is men must choose one. To do otherwise destabilizes society and will be a negative in achieving your own goals.
True.
It's so true that isn't that right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
What do
he's
you
up
do?
there on stage and he's like, "Oh, you have to lift up your fupa to get it inside the lady," and just everybody's nodding and taking notes.
Was that something you really said? I'm confused.
No, that's
No,
funny.
no.
Fat upper pussy area? I don't think
Oh,
he said
her
that.
pussy.
You
Yeah,
have to lift up her fupa to get it in.
I thought he was saying something like men out there who are masturbating to internet pornography and not facing the wild world and not, as it were, entering the gates of Hades. They need to lift up. If it needs to be done, lift up your body fat symbolically. And I could see him doing something like
Did
that.
he,
That's why I asked.
Did he cry during the?
He did. Not that I saw, but I got there really late. But then I got to stay for the private Q&A after because I had backstage tickets. So after the theater ends, after the show ends, he does the meet and greets, and then there's a kind of a lull, and then 50 people are left in the entire theater, and you sit up at the front, and that's for all the really diehard Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
And that
How
costs
much
a lot
were
of
those
money.
fucking tickets?
I don't know. I got one. My friend knew the tour manager and texted him.
Oh, nice.
Damn, those are probably fucking expensive. Jordan Peterson was making $100,000 a month on Patreon, and I know you've been involved in other projects to make $100,000 more than that a month. But yeah, just as a philosopher, he was making that kind of fucking money. So I'm sure his lecture tickets now, especially his fame, has just gone way up since he was on Patreon. I mean, I'm sure that Q&A ticket was like $600.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I guess 50 people could only afford them in the theater of 2,000.
What happened there? Did you ask him anything?
I didn't. It takes him 20 minutes to answer questions,
Yeah.
and then he gets to the end, and he goes, he gets to the end of everybody's question. He goes, so I don't really know what to tell you.
Really?
Yeah, he goes all over the place. He starts talking about like, Beauty and the Beast and stuff.
Yeah,
you
and loves
going-
fairy tales, and he loves the Bible.
Are you saying that Jordan Peterson's full of shit?
No, I'm not saying he's full of shit. Everything he does is based off of Joseph Campbell and Carl Jung.
Oh,
so
okay.
like if you like Jordan, if you read those books,
That's all
everything
you
is
need.
piecemealed from it. But
Wow. You are saying he's got a full
You're
of
talking
shit.
some shit.
no, I'm not
We're
saying he's full of
talking
shit.
He's
shit
a
about
plagiarist and
Jordan
this guy who
Peterson.
can't give a straight answer at a Q&A.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
No, he's very well versed in all
What'd you
these
ask
studies.
him? What'd
but
you ask him?
I didn't ask him anything. Only 3 people got to ask questions this whole time. But
Excuse me? Yes, you, young man right there. How do I get my wife pregnant? Well, if you read the book of Leviticus, there's a scene where Joseph, that's probably what he would go with. He would just launch into a Bible story.
sure, he probably would.
What did he's what? Is he just is he the biggest pseudo intellectual that we
He's
have?
not a pseudo intellectual at all. I mean, I don't think you're being critical saying he's highly influenced by Carl Jung. It's Jung, right? That's how it's fucking spelled.
Yeah, it's with a J.
Dude, he is fucking legit. He knows his shit. He's fascinating. He's not a pseudo intellectual. A pseudo intellectual is like one of these guys teaching King Croc about pickup, talking about evolutionary psychology.
I just want Jordan Peterson
NLP and shit.
banging college chicks. That would make him a force in my life.
yeah,
you
if
know?
he just started getting pussy.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
just wearing suspenders and just going like ape shit on the town.
Yes.
He started dating every like Pete Davidson.
Yes.
Afterthought.
That would be fucking the best.
Just
It isn't hard to imagine.
There's a
him having
TMZ
sex.
interview. It's him and Kim Kardashian. They're like,
Yeah.
So Kim and Jordan, yeah, how are you liking it here in Ibiza? And Kim's like, it's so good. I just love the sun. I love to dance. Oh, thank you, Kim. Jordan, how are you liking it? Well, if you read passage 327 in the book of Job, there's a scene where Jonah turns against God. I feel like that's how that would fucking go.
He's just staring at her giant ass with he has like a monocle. He's just looking at her ass.
The Leviathan that hunts Job, it reminds me of, well,
I think
He,
Jordan
when he eats
Peterson.
pussy, his bow tie spins.
that'd be fucking.
I don't think Jordan could handle fucking Kim Kardashian. Man.
I think he can fucking handle. He's on a carnivore diet. He's all meat, dude. He's got some jizz built up.
But so I wanted to say though, at the Peterson show, these guys are pickup artists.
Oh no!
First question, guy says,
no.
we need to go, dude.
We need to.
We
go.
It
need to
was
go.
an amazing show. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Everything now is always the opposite of what everybody says the thing is. Where everybody goes, oh, this guy's bad. You look into him, he's good. And then someone goes, oh, everybody goes, this guy's really good. You look into it, the guy's bad.
Are you referring to Jordan Peterson being canceled?
I'm referring to Jordan Peterson's fan base being all white men who can't get laid. I went, it's white people are the minority, and everybody there looks like they get a lot of women and ladies.
Wow.
You say white people are the minority. Who was there?
in the show? Oh, I sat next to a guy that looked like Osama bin Laden.
Okay. I think I would
And he had
envision
like
strictly Asians.
a short Asian chick next to him.
and
there were a lot of Asian gentlemen.
Any
Yeah,
black
I knew
people?
that there'd be a lot of Asian gentlemen there.
Black people?
yeah, a lot of black people. Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Wow.
that's dope. Tell me though, what the pickup artist?
Oh
had.
yeah. So he stood up and he said, as someone in the pickup industry,
Oh my fuck.
which I've never heard before, but I suppose it is a legitimate business with like
You can make a lot of
GDP and
money.
everything.
Oh, you can make a lot of
know-
fucking
I mean,
money.
we-
You can
we
get
know-
you can get $4,000 out of
a kid who is negative 10,000 in debt. It's kind of wild. but, yeah.
The guy who's the third mic on our show, he paid $4,000 to a pickup artist,
Dude,
all on the
and,
margin.
the guy
So he picked
basically
one of these guys in the front row of the Jordan Peterson
Yeah, it was
show.
probably
For
him.
sure, yeah.
It was
Now-
probably him.
and all he learned after 4,000 was, "Can I meet you real quick?" Is his opening line. Yeah,
The guy's game is so whack.
it's
but
unbelievably bad. But
So
he's
he learned how to
getting better.
day game.
What's up?
He learned a day gaming.
Not really. He learned how to creep chicks out for.
How to make girls
Day
uncomfortable.
gaming is
that.
saying hi to women that don't want to be bothered.
I
what I
see.
heard.
I used to when I was in college. I ran a lot of day game. If you are smooth, a lot of chicks are really into it. I would say maybe 1 in 15 girls is like, leave me alone, get away from me. But a lot of chicks were like, oh wow, this is so nice. It's so nice to get talked to by a guy not in a nightclub when he's hammered
Yeah,
drunk.
you're basically a Gatling gun.
Yes,
I mean that's
it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
That's a true. That's any ladies man that I've ever ran into. It's always a numbers game though. At the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Always? It's
Always.
never just like the best looking guy you've ever seen in your life?
That happens too. There's definitely,
Yeah,
I mean,
good-looking-
as much as Leo will try to deny it and tell people like, dude, it doesn't matter if you've got a 2-inch cock in your ball.
I do tell people.
And
Well,
you
I don't
drive
even
a
know
car
if
from
women
the
want
80s.
big penises.
I'm in the. pickup
I agree with
industry.
you.
I've heard. I've heard.
Women
I've
what
heard
you
they
say?
I've heard they think guys with big cocks are fucking losers.
Oh, yeah?
And that's what I stand by. So that goes for all three.
Dino
These
is a
guys
loser.
unfortunately all have big cocks.
Pretty solid
Nice.
cocks. What about you, Ben? I mean, we like to treat you're sort of a celebrity guest here on the.
You wanna
the
take my
Advantage
cock
Show.
out?
We do actually want to see your cock.
We don't want to do it, but if
But
you
it's
want to
part
do
of it. Like we make everybody that comes on the show at some point. We ask them if they want. If you feel comfortable.
That would
show
be
your
funny
cock.
if you had a like that thing that's behind you, and then it's just a silhouette of me.
We've done that with.
That's
he,
funny.
He got a girl to
Oh,
look at his
really?
asshole.
Yeah,
so,
a girl ridden with herpes, by the way, looked at his asshole on the podcast here.
Well, I think
behind that
2/3 of people have herpes, so I wouldn't be too ashamed of that, Dino.
thing. Hell yeah,
Dino,
but
he
was
wasn't
the
ashamed.
gin-
it
There
was
no
it was
contact.
the it was the genital herpes though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was the actual herpes.
Oh,
What kind of
yeah.
cock do you got on you, Ben?
It's a decent size.
What does that mean? It's
Nice.
average or it's a decent size,
I-
like you're modestly saying it's big?
I can two-hand it.
I don't. Wow.
Two-handed in what fashion? 'Cause I
while
can
he's
two-hand it
jerking off.
too.
Wait, you got a little head over it, so you're two-handing it.
No, I can two-hand it the
And there's
way
a little
Darth,
head?
Darth Maul's.
Oh, fuck you.
That's bullshit. Really? Can I? Okay, this
It
is a
comes
weird-
out in both ends like a lightsaber.
I can two-hand
know-
my penis, but it's like two pigeons trying to stand on a golf ball at the same time. There's not enough room there for me to actually two-hand it. Did you not go to college?
I went to college, but I was raised very conservative Christian.
Where'd you go to school?
Abilene Christian University. I was raised.
Really?
I was in Abilene, Texas.
Oh, fuck.
I was raised
Wow.
super conservative Christian. I went to church 3 times a week.
Dino goes to a church where they speak in tongues and shit. So you guys should have conversation. I feel
like
his-
a fire and brimstone type of church.
I don't know. Do they actually do that?
He
Well,
looks
they
like
snake
he's gonna
charm.
pass out.
We just,
He's very high. They're very high. If you
I
like
guess it's
marijuana.
non-denomination is the one we go to now, but we're typically Baptist.
So, Ben, how
Oh,
many-
you guys are Baptist, so I was Church of Christ, which is
Yeah.
like Baptist except no instruments and no dancing.
We're from Houston.
You can't be
so
having that
it's a
stuff.
lot of
Oh,
that.
I'm 5 hours north in Abilene. Yeah.
It's crazy how you guys, California and Texas
Or
are the
7
only
hours.
states where you could be like, oh yeah, I'm only 7 hours down the road from you. Fuck yeah. We're like, they can like be homies about that.
Sure.
Imagine
I did
living
the
in
trip a lot.
Connecticut. Like, oh, you live in upstate New York? Oh, I'm in Delaware. What's up? And it's the same distance as
It is
your
a weird
place from
thing in
his place.
Texas of like you just do the trip. Like, oh, we're going to Houston this weekend.
Yeah.
Go.
California is similar too. I mean, it's much
Yeah, but
more straight
When's
line.
the last time you went to San Diego or something?
We
like
go
that?
pretty
or
often.
go to San Francisco.
See, we shoot on the road,
Oh,
so we go
never
a
mind.
lot.
Yeah, we
actually.
take advantage of California having awesome cities up and down. I mean, it's a dope state up and down.
You
know?
should do that more. I mean, I know you're a transplant here, but dude, SF it's great.
No, I love
It's
it.
beautiful.
I've been up there with my wife.
What about you? Don't go to San Diego ever? San Diego's cool too.
I've been to San
It's
Diego.
the
Santa
commute,
Barbara?
the commute to San Diego is tough. Pretty much any time you leave, it's like a fucked
You
up
leave the
trek.
house here, there's just problems. I feel like I just
true.
stay
Yeah.
home.
Staying
I
home is
walk
nice.
around my block. I have my dogs.
Your neighborhood's fucking.
You're doing it
dope.
right, yeah. Like if you can
I read.
go,
I write.
Yeah, if you go in a neighborhood where it's walkable in LA, it's a lot nicer to live
Dude,
in
his
LA.
neighborhood is these. I actually
One of
this
the best,
weekend,
yeah.
my girlfriend was she was doing photo shoots with Bryce. At fucking Austin was there,
Ooh.
and I had the day to myself, and I was like, dude, I'm fucking gonna go chill out in Westwood. And I was like right in the Century City Westwood area. Just went for a little fucking jog, smoked a joint.
Wow.
Just fucking cruising around. It was
That's nice.
It's the best part of LA. It's the part of LA where you feel like you're not gonna get stabbed, mugged, or run off the road by a crazed Mexican guy in a pickup truck.
Why does he have to be Mexican?
Dude, because I live in the most Mexican neighborhood probably in the world, other than Mexico City. And there was a guy last night who lived in my neighborhood, inches away from my bumper. I could see him in my rearview mirror. And of course, I just start slamming on the brakes to fuck with this guy because I hate aggressive drivers. I hate people who drive fast. And he's honking at me, just trying to get around me the whole time in my neighborhood. And then eventually, finally, he gets some space, goes around me, and runs like 3 stop signs down our fucking street.
Well, you got in his head then, dude. You got under his skin.
I wish he would have gotten pulled over. The police don't even punish legitimate law breaking.
To be fair, one
anymore.
time we came, we were leaving for a shoot like 4 a.m. and there was a Mexican man passed out in a pickup truck right outside of your house. The neighborhood is sketchy, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a working class Mexican neighborhood where Ben lives. It's just I'm saying there's fewer crazy drivers on the way to a leaf blowing.
$6,000 a month though. You trying to get out of that?
Yeah, like almost immediately.
You got to
gotta.
downsize, huh?
You
Yeah,
gotta
I
get the
gotta
fuck
downsize.
out of that, dude.
Yeah.
Why almost immediately? Why did you get it in the first place?
Oh, well, I was making a different amount of money then, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I
And let's get my accountant in here real quick.
Yeah.
did you bank some good money directing the special though? Like directing a Netflix special?
Oh no, they don't. Directing the specials now, the way they work, you don't really make any money.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Now the way it is Netflix is the one. So like the money that you would spend for the budget of the special is pretty much just covered by what Netflix pays.
Do they pay well these days?
No, not anymore. They used to, but not anymore.
So the days of a $20 million comedy special are gone.
Well, I think for people like Dave Chappelle and stuff, yeah.
Louis, maybe not anymore, but in the past,
Well, obviously
Louis.
not Louis. Yeah, Louis does his own website now.
Yeah,
Right.
I get every special that comes out on there.
Do you know have any insider info on how much money Louis making doing his own shit?
No, I don't. I'm sure he's making his money back on stuff though. I've never asked him that.
Do you know Louis personally?
I've hung out with him a few times. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he showed me a screener of 4th of July. It was really cool.
I haven't
And
watched
I think
it yet.
he told me he uses my Amazon Prime, so that's cool.
You've
What?
got him. He
His-
owes
my
you.
Amazon Prime Video, he's just logged in at his house with my Amazon Prime.
So
'cause
we
were
could
watching
go
stuff.
if we punched in your password right now, we could see what Louis C.K. has been watching.
That's what
on
I've
Amazon.
always checked to see if he's
Interesting.
downloading anything, but he never.
Really?
I guess he just uses the Prime to.
Well, we can see
whatever
what
is available.
Let's see what Louis C.K. has been ordering: dildo, vibrator, vintage porno magazine.
No. The Amazon Prime Video, not my
It's the
Amazon
same thing,
Prime.
though. It's the same thing.
Oh, so if he could order stuff on my Amazon?
Yeah, he could charge it to your shit, dude. I have a fan's Amazon Prime, and I could charge shit to that fan.
Damn.
Why do you have a fan's Amazon Prime?
Well, I wanted all of the. So I got a new TV, and I said I don't have any passwords. And I just put a story out, and I gave shout outs to anybody who gave me passwords, and I got the Netflix Prime. I got
That's a
HBO.
good
Max.
idea.
It's a
dude.
great. I
Why,
got all
why
of
am
them.
I paying for any of that?
You shouldn't be paying for any of them, Danny boy. I'm not. I'll tell you that
Ben,
much.
you shouldn't be paying
and
for any of it
my
either.
parent and Giulio D'Itaglio isn't either, dude. I gave it to him too.
Yes, one more step toward retirement, baby.
Yeah.
So Ben, now, I mean, what are you gonna do in the short term? The Patreon, I imagine, is helping.
Yeah, so that's the goal is because people have been emailing me who are like directors of photography and other people in LA I've been meeting with. I'm trying to assemble my crew of people to shoot short form stuff to eventually then shoot longer form stuff of
Wow.
comedy.
I'm a great actor, Ben. If you,
I will absolutely use you.
Yeah, a trained actor.
Hey, we
I've been
need to
acting a
get.
long
I don't
time.
know if you've seen any of our most liberal college videos, but they're like the gems of our channel.
Oh, yeah.
He does his Cuban character in the videos, and it needs to be put in the Hollywood fucking film.
Thanks, buddy.
It's
Appreciate
it absolutely needs to.
I
be.
believe you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, if you ever need an actor, I got you.
Of course.
His Cuban character is unfucking believable, dude. It's because he's obsessed with baseball and he grew up speaking Spanish. So he's got any like the Dominican Republic guys. Like, tell me about how you get some pussy after your baseball game. So Manny, I heard I heard how was that date with Rachel after your game?
So after the game, I didn't have a good game. You know, strike out a couple times.
Did it hurt your batting average?
Yeah, the batting average went down. But the good thing is, I have a girl. Her name is Rachel. She meet me after the game, and she say, "Don't even take a shower because I'm going to suck your dick She wanted me to be sweaty right after the game.
Yeah.
So I got my D sucked by Rachel.
You get your D-saw?
My D sucked, and it was great.
Yeah, nice.
No, yeah, I just watched the Dominicans growing up at the post game interviews, and they all get taught the same like 5 sentences.
Sure.
And it's fucking hilarious, especially if you play baseball.
May I have some
forever,
pussy? No, I would not like some pussy.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hit the baseball. Okay, so you're going to start doing short form stuff.
Yeah, so that's the idea. Is the Patreon funds all the other stuff I want to do. Mm-hmm. Like but we've only started 2 weeks ago. It's already doing pretty well. Mm-hmm. So keep doing that, and then we're already getting advertisers for the podcast and stuff.
Nice.
So I mean we literally launched this. I didn't know if anyone was going to give a shit. We launched this like 11 days ago.
Fuck yeah.
It's been amazing. People really loved it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the show, and I do think that you were an integral part of the Tim Dillon show, man. I'm sure a lot of people that miss you on there are gonna follow you on your own ventures, man. So
yeah, I'm excited. I didn't think anybody would care, to be honest.
I think people care, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the Patreon going there. How much you pulling in on Patreon already?
We're about to hit 7,000 a month already on there.
$7,000 a month.
Yeah, and we launched it on the 1st. What is
Fuck
today?
yeah.
Today's the 14th. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Mm-hmm. And you have how many people on the show with you? How many people you have to pay?
Me. So it's my brother at Sad Drawings by Jace. He's hilarious. He's a cartoonist.
Oh wow.
He's so funny and talented. He's amazing. I've always been just waiting for people to figure out who my brother is because he's so smart. He's my older brother. And then my other friend, Devin Costa, who's very, very funny. I've known for years out here, and he makes sketch comedies. He's brilliant.
And you handle all the production?
I do all the production, yeah.
That's nice. Save some money on that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to hire a Dino over here.
A couple of potheads
from
yeah.
you.
I think the show, it really would be taken up a notch.
These guys would take a
Dino's.
bullet for us, though. That's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dino, you take a bullet for me? Hell yeah, Dino. So your brother, Thanksgiving, you and your brother.
He cracks me up so much, dude.
Dino?
Yeah, he's great.
Wait till you see his cock. It's not going to crack you
You
up
want a
when see
flash,
this.
Ben Avery?
You want to show him your penis?
Do you actually make them all take their genitals out on the show?
Yes, we
times.
do. Ben, is there a problem with that?
No, it's
multiple
fine. I get
times.
it's your thing. It's fine.
Multiple times. We just had a guy, Rat Dick Ralph, show his asshole to a black man when he came on. That was last episode.
Yeah.
That was the last episode.
It was necessary, though, because he could have been hiding something up his ass to strike us with. Now, you Thanksgiving, you and your brother are there. Who are the parents more proud of?
It's very funny because they're so sometimes they're so self-absorbed.
I love that your parents are self-absorbed, man. My mom is not self-absorbed, and nor is my dad at this point. They just really they're dependent on the kids for some happiness, and I'm like,
Sure.
You're
not
the only one
giving
who's
you
bringing
kids.
them any, huh?
Yeah, honestly. I
mean, your sister's bringing me happiness.
Oh yeah, you piece of shit.
I always tell him I
shit
fuck
about my
his
sister.
His sister followed me for a week.
Nice.
And I just took that and ran with it.
Nice. That
I
rocks.
tell him
Although his
that
sister's been following me for years.
That's
so I don't
great.
say anything about it.
well, she's married, and she's a more stand-up person than your flighty sister.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's weak. I mean, dude, it's the right thing to do for my sister to follow you because you and I are partners. My sister should take an interest in my work and follow you. Your fucking sister. I mean, let's face it. She thought I was a real cutie.
Oh,
and
yeah?
She wanted to go check out the bulge, check out the fucking biceps for a week.
I would say that you aren't her type, but she's dated some skinny, white, kind of skateboardy, kind of potheads before.
So I am her type.
You're her
but
type, a
isn't
little
it
bit,
weak
yeah.
that she would, somebody so important to your life, she would just unfollow as if I were some bimbo on the Explore page? It's not okay.
You know, there was a time this is what people say about the shit I do. Like people that are not aware or they're not kind of, I don't know, that they have their own problems. But this is what people say that when they watch our videos, they think that I need help. They think that I need to get help and that I'm losing my mind.
Which video in
I
particular?
mean, probably the one where I went back to Universal Studios and got really hammered. Got hammered at my old job.
Can we
Ben.
show
It was
Ben some
pretty
highlights
classic.
from that one?
I said that I wanted to eat the main performer, the only girl on the show. I said I wanted to eat her ass.
Can we just go to the climax when Leo and I get involved in the stunt show?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say my mother's a lovely woman.
Why do you want to say that?
Because I said they were like self-absorbed and stuff.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
yeah. I'm
that's
sure
good though.
she's gonna watch this and be furious.
Is she actually gonna watch this?
I don't know.
Now,
Who knows?
is your-
I always tell her
now-
not to listen to the show, but she does what she wants.
Here we
Being
go.
self-absorbed though, doesn't that take some pressure off you? You don't have to do so much because
Oh
they're
yeah,
in their
absolutely.
own world.
But then you don't get the thing you want,
What them to be proud
which
of you?
is is the I'm proud of you, I love you.
You're kind of a
I care
lay.
about
You're
you.
already. I mean,
You're-
the truth is, I mean, they should be proud of you. You know, right?
They should be. Yeah.
I mean,
should
a lady shows you videos of her fucking uncrossing and crossing her legs.
You're damn right.
Let's let this. That's something, dude. That's not nothing. Let's watch this.
It's always a funny bit, dude. They literally teach them to get the fat guy. It's crazy. No water. And then he gets...
Leo used to do this at Universal Studios. He used to be one of the stunt guys.
Watch
I was one of the stunt guys.
That's my boy Stan, dude. Legend. It's your boy? Stan. He's a legend. He's a crazy stunt.
I was so hammered, dude. I don't remember any of
They
this.
send him into that shit hard, dude. Hard, dude. What do you think about Helen?
It's dope that you just.
I'd eat her pussy. I'd eat her asshole. Fuck it. Fuck you, Emerson! That's Emerson?
Emerson's the guy who took his job.
I used to have that job driving the boat. Ben, see that?
Oh really?
Yeah. It was a dope job. It got me into the stunt industry.
This
Dope shit. This video's epic.
Yeah, I didn't know. I looked you up before this. I didn't know you were in the stunt.
No
industry.
joke.
I did a lot of stunts. Yeah.
No
Dude, look
joke.
at
I
this.
was
You gotta see this,
way
Ben.
better than Emerson. No joke. See, I would yell. That's the good one. Bam.
I'm so hammered. Jesus, it's embarrassing.
He liked it. Yeah, dude. He liked it, dude. He flexed at us. So it was just kind of nice.
I think he was trying to insult you.
You know, honestly, he probably was. And that's bullshit. God damn it. When he comes around here, I'm going to make it known. God!
Fast forward a teeny bit, Austin. We get right to oh, back up. We went too far. We went too far. There it is.
Emerson! I'm so much better! Dare you take our boy's job, Emerson! Fuck you, Emerson! Tom Brady! Fuck you! Emerson! He took your job, Leo! He took my job! Get on the ground, Leo! I used to work here! Yeah! Who's the best, Leo? Who's
my
the
God,
best?
dude.
I was the best! You're the best! I used to work here!
This is
Your big dick! You need my big dick! Yes! They need it, baby! Oh they need my big dick!
You think that Ben? You think this is fucked up because there was a lot of children in the crowd?
It's great. They stopped the show? Yeah, Nico should have that.
How do you feel about this?
Yeah, it's no one was
the
like,
show,
hey, can you
bro.
not?
Yeah, for us.
I mean, yeah, they stopped the show. All these people, 3,000 people, didn't get to see the finale. It's
By
a
the way,
little bit-
I have no idea what's going on. Is this Disneyland?
no, it's Universal Studios. It's the number one stunt show in the world. It's called Waterworld Universal Studios, and I decided to.
It's the number one
stunt show.
stunt show in the world.
It's what it is. A lot.
It's
of people
legit.
say that.
It is
It's pretty
legit.
good. It's
I'm
pretty
sure.
good.
There was a ton of build up to this, but
There's a lot of
basically,
pyro,
Leo got
you know.
fired from this job because
Yeah.
he got canceled after being on The Bachelorette, and then it came out from a couple of his coworkers at Universal Studios that he might have been taking them out into the parking lot, and he might have been having them suck his dick out.
Wow,
in the parking lot.
nice.
Yeah,
And so he got
yeah.
fired from this job, and this whole vlog was a build up to the climax you just saw. When we went back in, at first it was much more cordial with people like Emerson and like his former stunt castmates. We built up
They
slow.
kind of rolled out the red carpet for me, and then I really just destroyed the show.
You made them regret rolling out said carpet.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, they stopped the show.
Do
here.
shows, do jobs like that pay decent for stunt guys?
It was pretty good. It was we would do 3 to 5 shows a day, and it was
You can close it off.
$75 a show.
Oh, nice.
So if you did 5 shows, it was a really good day. I mean, even just coming in and doing 2 shows real quick, they're only 20 minutes each show. So
Sure.
then in between, you could be tanning. There was a gym, you know.
Trying to get
really-
your dick sucked.
I mean, it was like a college campus. There's 3,000 employees, and there's like dancers, and there's fucking, you know, all kinds of
Chicks who impersonate the
Marylands. There's the Marylands, which are all hot.
The all chick school from Sweden and Harry Potter.
Yeah,
the Beaubaton
the
Academy.
Beaubaton girls.
Yep.
I mean, it was fun, man. It was a second college for me from 28 to 32.
You need to pick one woman and settle
Nice.
down.
Sure.
You need to
Oh,
settle.
yeah.
You had your dazed and confused years at
You're
the,
only hurting yourself.
Universal.
Exactly.
Oh, but at the Jordan Peterson show, I was gonna the guy's question, the pickup artist.
Yes.
So he goes, as he starts this question with, and I'm sorry, my nose is stuffed now, so I don't know if I sound weird or whatever.
It just started.
My
it
head
just got stuffed.
No, it's kind of been
You've had
stuffed.
sinus. Yeah.
I had to take a steam shower before I came here.
Oh wow.
I probably have what this guy has.
The fucking King Croc. Maybe, dude.
Yeah.
Is that what his name is? King Croc?
King Croc. We gave him the name. His Instagram handle is King Croc BBC because he has.
Oh, got it.
A big black cock. But continue. What did the
I
pickup
just have
artist say?
sinus problems. But anyway, he goes, as someone in the pickup industry, and his question was, I have a lady who I'm still legally married to but separated from, and we have a 3-year-old daughter, and she wants me to stop day gaming.
Wow.
And being a pickup artist. But he goes, I have a lot of clients that I teach these practices to also. So I guess, it's one of those things where he's like, I got to sharpen my own blade, to he has a livelihood.
I mean, it's true though. Being a pickup artist, you have to continue going out into the field, or you will
Even
lose
if you
your...
do wed a woman.
Yeah, of course.
God said to Moses on Mount Sinai. I'm losing my Jordan Peterson as we get later into the fucking show.
Sounds more like Elon Musk.
Yeah, I can't find it.
He does a good Elon Musk.
I've got a cloudy head right now. What did Jordan say to that guy, though? I feel like Jordan must have been a little bit like, this guy is a fucking...
So at the end of it, he goes, he tells this little question where he's like, basically, I'm married, and she's the love of my life. I love my daughter, but I don't want to stop like day gaming all the time. And then he sat back down, and Jordan goes, I don't think I exactly understand your question.
Right.
And then he goes, could you please repeat it? So he stood up and said the whole thing again.
Oh my God.
And then he sat back down, and then Jordan did that thing where he paused for a second and did the emoji of the finger on the chin and looked up. And then the guy stood back up and said, and by the way, for full context of my situation, I do have a background in mixed martial arts.
Oh, my
And then he
God.
sat back down as if that had anything to do.
Dude, this guy sucks. Huh?
There's probably a lot of that, dude. There's probably a lot.
And he was
of
dressed
really
like
fucked up
Abraham
people.
Lincoln. I mean,
What?
everybody had a 3-piece suit.
That's what
on
Jordan
with,
says. He says people show up
watches
in
and
suits
stuff.
all the time.
It's whack.
Everybody looked amazing.
Did you wear a suit?
I wore a shitty, ill-fitting thing that everybody roasted me on my Instagram for when I posted. Because my khakis weren't ironed and stuff. I looked like shit. It was making me and Kurt Metzger went, and we were laughing at the idea of dressing up like G.K. Chesterton, people with monocles and crazy hats. But we didn't have time before to.
That would've been really
get
funny.
dressed
Was
up.
the lecture interesting? The actual lecture?
We were so late, we kind of missed it. But
Okay.
apparently it was on Exodus. When we walked in, he was doing a Q&A. The Q&A, but he was doing the Q&A before the private Q&A. Because he does a lecture, and then he sits down in a chair with his wife, Tammy, who's dressed up like one of the ladies in The Village with M. Night Shyamalan. Huh. A colonial, in the colonial garb. Mm-hmm. And she asks questions to Jordan where she just reads off questions from the audience someone asks, how do I become a very tiny man and get squished by a large woman? He goes, well, if you think about it, the monomyth is... and he talks for 20 minutes, and then you forget what the question even was by the end of it. But so to this pickup artist guy, and this comes back to the scuba diver instructor, is he said, here's what I'll tell you. Ladies love a beast they can tame. He goes, take Beauty and the Beast, for example. This is one of the top sexual fantasies for women.
It's true.
He goes, why is the woman, what's her name in it again? Belle. Why is Belle not attracted to Gaston? Because
Gaston's dope. Yeah.
Right, but he clearly just has some sort of psychopath personality. He can't be tamed. A woman needs a beast that can be tamed, which is why Belle falls for the actual beast himself.
Damn, dude, King Croc needs to be here, dude. He needs to hear this.
And then he says,
I want to rewatch Beauty and the Beast.
Dude, it's phenomenal.
He says the top 5 sexual fantasies of women. I believe this was conducted after the best-selling novel was ever published, which was 50 Shades of Grey.
I read it. Yeah.
Which I believe is about a guy abusing a woman.
It's not really abuse. It's a consensual
Sadist thing?
BDSM relationship.
Okay, cool.
But he's definitely completely dominant. And
best-selling work of fiction ever.
I think maybe.
Is there anal in it?
I don't think he explicitly fucks her in the ass.
That's
I'm trying to remember.
bullshit, then.
But I mean, does it beat Harry Potter though as a work? I don't know if it's sold more than that.
This is what Dr. Jordan B. Peterson said.
Hey, man.
If Jordan B. Peterson,
Jordan
Every time
fucking B, dude.
I'm like the Grateful Dead, where I just follow Jordan B. Peterson on his I just go, I'm going to see the doctor.
it was.
Oh, yeah.
I really became a way better lovemaker for about a year and a half after I read that book, though.
12 Rules for Life.
No. Fucking Beauty and the Beast. No, fucking the 50 Shades of Grey. I read that, and it did change how I banged chicks.
I don't think you're
Better.
bad. I mean, the way you describe what you do, I'm pretty sure you're above average lovemaker.
Yeah, because Leo, your technique for making love is to bend the girl over, tell her to not look at you, and hump until you come on her back. Leo's the laziest sex haver on the planet.
So there's
He's right.
There's 5 professions that Jordan Peterson says that are the top 5 professions that women have sexual fantasies about. A man in this profession.
This is interesting.
Podcast.
Could you guys guess one of them?
Firefighter?
Fireman. Yeah.
No.
Construction.
No.
Really? Policeman.
No.
Ooh.
Stripper.
So
I don't know. Fuck.
these professions, it's all a man who's capable of great danger, but is tamed or whatever he said.
Okay.
It's like a beastly thing.
It-
So number one,
let's hear it.
swear to God, number 1 is billionaire.
Fucking bullshit.
It's not a profession per se.
But
I guess
Yeah,
you're
it's-
right.
It's Mackenzie fucking Bezos is a billionaire.
You think
It's not her
any one
job.
of our chicks would just leave us for fucking a billionaire?
Any chick would leave anybody provided the right guy comes along. That's how it would go. Just like any guy would cheat on any chick provided the situation was perfectly lined
If the
up.
stars aligned.
There's nothing we could do. If Justin
One
Bieber,
guy could be raped.
it's about to happen. Yeah. It's going to happen much sooner than you think, Ben Avery. But seriously, if Justin Bieber, let's not kid ourselves, boys, ran into any of our chicks at a shopping mall.
I like Justin
Or
Bieber's
a party
lineup.
in the hills.
Justin Bieber's girls that he banged, whatever list. It's fucking solid.
Yeah,
dude.
we would get cheated on quick. But
Yeah.
who are the other professions? Other than billionaire, which is not a job, it's a fucking status.
Yeah.
I looked it up. I don't even know if it's true. I found things that debunked it. But anyway. The other one was pirate.
Pirate?
Leo
I
likes
mean,
that one.
no. I
So
mean,
you look like a
there's a
pirate.
thing. There's something to that this pirate thing. Every Pirates of the Caribbean will tell you that.
Johnny
I mean,
Depp is a sex symbol.
sex symbol. But any girl that you've ever taken to
And wasn't
Disneyland,
before that.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're so right. He was
Yeah.
not before.
Yes,
that.
he was.
But if you take a
Edward
girl where?
Scissorhands.
He was a sex symbol
he
before
was
that.
kind of. I mean, he early on, and then he lost it, and then he got it back.
We're also skewed because we were children when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, so we didn't hear about chicks wanting to fuck Johnny Depp until after that movie was made.
Sure.
But okay, what were the other professions?
Surgeon.
Really, I mean, yeah, dude, a remotely attractive doctor, especially a surgeon.
He gets pussy.
Yeah, who could even just have a menial conversation with a woman can just
Yeah, easily. And then werewolf and vampire.
Those aren't jobs unless you work in a haunted house.
girls want to
I
get
don't
fucked
think-
by a werewolf.
I don't think girls want to fuck a haunted house employee.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't think that's.
if they pull off a really
werewolf.
good werewolf.
Oh, a werewolf, it's
They're
a
dressed to the
condition.
T.
Being a real werewolf is something that happens because you got bit by a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a chick would be like, hey, yeah, what does your husband do? Oh, he got bit by a snake. He's a snake bite victim. It's the same thing. Like, that's not a fucking thing you can be attracted to. It's just, that's like, this
Vampire-
is completely,
yeah,
this-
women
this
wanna
is
get-
completely off topic, but the first guy who accused Michael Jackson of molesting his kid, he sued Michael Jackson and he got like $20 million.
Wow.
And you got to wonder the conversations like, oh, nice car, nice penthouse apartment. What do you do for a living? Oh, my kid got a finger up his ass.
Dude.
Like, that's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
Michael Jackson licked my kid's asshole.
He got
Oh, yeah,
20
what-
million?
Yeah, he got something like, and he killed himself because just having money without having earned it, it does not lead to happiness. The guy
Yeah.
just shot himself in the head.
You can't exactly put it on your LinkedIn page.
Yeah. My son got raped by a albino.
Well, I mean,
pop
if you're
star.
the kid, you know?
I wonder if the kid even got any money. I mean, maybe it was in a trust fund.
I wonder if the kid doesn't
even
get
got
the
raped.
money.
Yeah, the dad got the money fucking somehow. I mean, I guess
That makes
probably,
no sense.
It's bullshit.
Just give it to the kid, and then the kid can be like a blank check type kid. You remember the film?
Oh, I do remember
From
that.
Disney, yeah.
I was very, very young. That's a fucking 90s.
But I looked this up after because I was like, man, that's interesting. And I went home and Googled it, and none of it's true.
the werewolf thing.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's like
So Jordan
I think so. I think
made this up?
I think he's a victim of doing this. Where has anybody ever told you something? Like one time, a guy told me that there were only like 6 blimps in the world,
Blimps?
Blimps. So if you
I would believe that.
if you look up and see a blimp,
Yeah.
you've probably seen it before if you've ever seen a blimp in your life.
We're in LA, so
I had one of those. I told so many people that Benedict Cumberbatch, the actor, was a homosexual. Turns out he's totally straight.
Because
He's
one
married.
person told
Yeah,
you.
one person told me
And
this.
it's
I told
in your head forever.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, Benedict's gay. It's crazy.
and it takes one person who gives a shit enough about you to be like, that's not
Dude,
real.
and then it was an older woman. She was like, he's not. He's married.
I still think he's gay.
Thank
The Goodyear
you.
blimp, though, if you live in LA, you are seeing one blimp over and over. But you looked it up, and I imagine there are more than 6 blimps.
There's like 24 blimps.
Like
in the world.
I was
shoot
way
them
off.
down. In
way,
the fucking
way off.
GTA.
You're off by times 4.
But it is funny. I think there are only like 10 people who know how to like fly blimps. It must be a familial thing where it gets passed down.
That's gotta be terrifying.
Number
huh?
6 on the list of jobs girls want to fuck?
a blimp.
Blimp pilot?
guys,
Blimp pilot.
Should be higher than vampire, dude.
You never do run into a guy who you ask him what he does for a living and he says he flies blimps.
Dude, Danny, we should be blimp drivers.
You
or
know
blimp
a guy who's a
flyers.
fucking blimp.
It would be you, yeah.
Is for one of our videos, be fake blimp pilot.
Yeah.
Go out to where they launch
Yes.
and just try to like get on it.
pussy,
just
dude,
trying to
yeah.
like force our way onto the Goodyear
Yes,
blimp. Be like, we're the
dude.
fucking pilots. The
Yeah.
guy who flies a blimp he has veneers. He got rich off selling a software company in the early 2000s, and he flies a blimp for a hobby. I guarantee that's all of them. But Ben, we've reached the end of the program here.
Oh wow, I was about to ask if I could go piss.
Yeah,
but
no, we're
that's-
about ready to fucking
I
sign
don't know
this
how
off.
long you guys do.
We
Yeah.
do an hour and a half to 2.
Nice.
What are you doing on Lemon Party?
The one's coming out tomorrow. We did like hour 45.
Dope. Well, listen, we will, Austin, you can link it down below. Was that cool, right?
Oh, for the lemon party,
Yeah.
yeah, the Patreon and the show. Yeah.
Check it out. Ben, thank you for coming on, bro. I
Thank
would
you,
like
guys.
you should come on more often, man.
I live close by.
Yeah, so it'd be dope.
Yeah, dude, let's stay in touch. Keep hanging out, dude. I mean, I was in your neighborhood, stoned off my ass. You're lucky I didn't take another leg off your dog.
That poor fucking dog.
Fucking just driving around.
She's
just
happy
fucking-
now.
Well, go have
She's
have
forgiven
sex
me.
with your wife tonight, Ben. For God's sake,
Get her pregnant.
Yeah, dude. Have sex and
All
get
right.
her.
Get her
you
fucking
know,
pregnant.
Do what you got to do.
And that's the Leo and Danny show.